through until the depth and the talent took over.
Despite the loss, Purdue's going to be fine, and I feel I can speak for all of us when I say Barry Odom is on the right track. As for Illinois, and to Rick's point of making things interesting, it's such a tricky thing where they keep winning and they get the win and it's hard to get wins, but if you watch the games, you never feel as good as the score dictates. So whether it's Ohio State, whether it's the CFP that they still have dreams of reaching, they have a lot to clean up, and that's not to bash them. It's exciting. They can be so much better than they've shown so far.
Of course, there is one thing about Illinois we can all agree you should feel
here
good
we
about.
go.
And that's wide receiver Hank Bader. 186 yards, 5 targets, 5 completions, and a touchdown for the man who one of us said would be the breakout player of the Big Ten.
Who is that
in
man?
2000. I'm not going to name names, Jerry. That's not what I do because I don't brag about myself. Michigan, Wisconsin, early first quarter. How about the Badgers striking first? Darren Jones to cap a 12-play, 75-yard drive, but the Wolverines answer right back. Now up 10-7. Bryce Underwood finding Donovan McCulley. Michigan up 17-7, and then they put things away, as Michigan often does, on the ground. Justice Haynes. Wolverines finish this one off with 24 unanswered. Wisconsin does get a field goal late, but 24-10 is your final. We mentioned the Washington-Maryland game. Caleb Kolate and Northwestern also getting started at 3:30 Eastern, 2:30 local time. They'll take on Louisiana Monroe as the Wildcats look for their first 2-game win streak of the year. But Daniel Wingate in Maryland, boy, the Terps have looked as good as anybody. One of just 3 teams in all of FBS football to not trail for a single minute so far this season. Look at Washington in less than 10 minutes.
I got some work done with another surgeon. If I give you the bill, can you give me a better deal and a better face? Like this?
We're not doing that.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill, and they'll give you a better deal on the best 5G network. Read my lips. You're not as cool as Verizon.
Guess not.
Hey, my eyes are up here.
Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to Verizon for a better deal.
I miss turtlenecks.
Marathon is rewarding fans with savings of up to $1 per gallon, all by earning rewards on every gallon and on select in-store items, making every pit stop and snack break worthy of a celebration. Marathon, the official fuel of the Big Ten.
With Steel Battery. Now is the best time to save big on over 40 hardworking steel tools. Hurry into your local steel dealer or shop online.
Selling a car is a big deal. You've had some big moments. Okay, and some wrong turns. But when you're ready to sell, Car Gurus is a big help. Get multiple offers instantly, so you choose the best deal. Car Gurus, the #1 most visited car shopping site.
Washington takes on Iowa. Then Purdue faces USC. Saturday night volleyball. Coverage begins tonight at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on the Big Ten Network.
The Big Ten Cancer Research Consortium is where the Big Ten's fierce rivals join forces to take down their common foe. The rivalry still exists, but maybe that's what fuels such a powerful collaboration. Working together on cancer research to advance treatments and therapies to bring more options to patients who need them. Learn more at big10crc.org. Cancer is the one opponent that unites the entire Big Ten.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more games, non-stop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Back to take you on the field in Evanston, where should be a pretty good setup, Jerry, for Preston Stone and the Northwestern offense against Louisiana Monroe.
You know, one thing we've learned about Preston during the season, he's not necessarily a playmaker. I think you've got to support him with the run game. He's more of a game manager, not a playmaker.
Maryland, Washington also going same time frame. You wonder how often DeMond Williams and that Washington offense will test Sidney Stewart in the secondary.
You hear the word true freshman in Maryland, you think Malik Washington. Sidney Stewart saying, what about me? I have a sack in every single game from the defensive end position.
You know, this is a league littered with really good wide receivers, Brock, kind of like Hank Beatty. Denzel Washington is maybe one that we don't talk enough about.
He had an opportunity last week against Ohio State with the whole country watching to have an explosive day. It didn't happen, but here he gets another opportunity to remind the entire country, I am one of the best. And you can hear my name come draft day here in a couple months.
All right, so kickoff from the Shell, a sold-out stadium for the Terps today. Huge news for Mike Locksley and company as they play well and try to get plenty of support. So this is a game in which I think it's a little bit of a litmus test for Maryland to show us just how good are you, or was this soft early season competition? And defensively, can you hold up against one of the top dual threat quarterbacks, not just in this conference, Brock, but you could argue in the country, in DeMond Williams?
He's special and he's scary. Now, what Ohio State was able to do to really put the kibosh on him was they flooded the side of the field, meaning, hey, we're going to overload the left side of the pass rush or the right side, and we're going to cut the field in half. Really, DeMond Williams spent the entire game last week rolling out to the right, scrambling out to the left, and it really limited his passing attack. So I'm interested to see if Maryland tries to do the same thing. DeMond Williams can run. He doesn't want to run, so we'll see what they do.
What about Malik Washington?
You know, you take Malik's talent and Pep and Mike Locksley's expertise in quarterback play, there's no limit to him. Interestingly enough, he throws the deep ball better than he throws any other passes, but he is a huge talent. These freshman quarterbacks come out so mature that they're ready right away to play this game.
I'm glad you brought up Pep Hamilton, because we spoke with Mike Locksley this week on Friday's edition of Big Ten Today, and he could not talk enough about Pep Hamilton's influence, college and NFL, on a young quarterback like Malik Washington. Pair your games coming your way right now here on the Big Ten Network. Enjoy.
The following is a presentation of the Big Ten Conference.
On this first Saturday in October, an expected sellout crowd here in College Park for their first conference home game of the year, with two of the best young quarterbacks in the country facing off. Where potential has turned to production, Maryland and Washington meet with two freshman signal callers for just the second time ever here at CQ Stadium. Washington lost to Ohio State last week, looking to bounce back, and for Maryland 1-0, coming off of a bye and feeling fresh for this big-time matchup. Hi, everybody. Welcome. This is Jake Butt. Brooke Fletcher's down on the field. I'm Guy Haberman. You saw those two quarterbacks, DeMond Williams, Malik Washington. Each was one of the top quarterbacks in their respective class. Washington, the class of 25, is a true freshman. Williams 2 years ago, he's a redshirt freshman. And today, they get to show us what they got.
You know, Guy, I played in the old Big Ten. We used to talk about defenses and run games and maybe even special teams. It's boring stuff. That's not the current Big Ten. We got high-flying offenses, and like you said, two of the more dynamic, talented quarterbacks in all of college football. Let's break them down. Let's start with the Maryland quarterback, Malik Washington. The first thing that jumps out when you meet with him is his maturity. You say, there's no way this guy was at his high school prom 5 months ago, but yes, that is indeed factual. His head coach, Mike Locksley, was at Alabama, said similar leadership style to Jalen Hurts. That's high praise. But how about the arm talent? Well, he's got an abundance, particularly off play action. He can really push the ball down the field. On the flip side with the Washington Huskies is DeMond Williams. To me, I liken him to a video game cheat code. Not just the fastest quarterback, maybe the fastest player on the entire roster. That's going to come alive today against a elite Maryland pass rush. But usually, why I call him a cheat code guy, when a guy can run that well, he shouldn't be able to throw the ball as accurately as DeMond can. So great quarterback matchup we'll see today.
Somewhat representative of the game matchup. Both of these teams rely on freshmen, specifically true freshmen, at a time that both coaches are entering critical years, or as part of a critical year. For Jed Fish, year two. Mike Locksley, this is not year two for him. He's been around 3 straight bowl games in 3 years, but then last year a step back. And so this game represents something big for both.
Huge game, important game. You think about Locksley, his record coming off of buys, conference, October. They're undefeated right now. What a win can mean for his program in front of a sold-out crowd. And then for the Huskies, I thought they had a chance to be ranked. They fought with Ohio State. Now you're traveling from coast to coast. big bounce back opportunity. There's only one winner today. They'll be fighting for it.
You know the physicality that Ohio State plays with. So how did the Huskies come out of that game from a health standpoint? For more on that, let's go down to the field with Brooke Fletcher.
Well, Guy, that's the biggest question for Washington is who's healthy? Well, starting with offense, left tackle Carver Willis left last week's game versus Ohio State with that knee injury. He traveled with the team, but he's not going to play. You have Max McCree. He's going to step up in his place. Now for defense, edge, Zach Durfee. He didn't travel with the team, but there were high hopes when it came to star corner Tacario Davis. Defensive coordinator Ryan Walters told me that he did practice with the team this week, but he's just not quite there yet with that rib injury. So it's going to open up an opportunity for freshman Dylan Robinson. But man, he's a freshman, but did he put on a display last week versus Ohio State? Walters told me he loved the confidence, but now we got to build off of that, especially when you're going up against a quarterback like Malik Washington, where guys, we know he loves to get those playmakers involved.
Well, that's a big deal, not having Tacario Davis, who's at 6'4". The good news for Washington, Dylan Robinson, the freshman, is 6'3", really got tested last week in that tough loss to Ohio State. Maryland won the toss, and so Washington is going to get the football first. A win today for Maryland would be big. It would signal just their third 5-0 start since 1980. That explains some of the energy in this building here today. For Washington, the Huskies are looking for their first Big Ten road win ever. Philip Noyes is going to kick it away, and Jonah Coleman, the star running back, is going to bring it out for Washington and find a seam across the 25-yard line. And so here comes DeMond Williams. Last year, the red shirt, they made a point, Jake, to get him into games. This year, the team is his. And you see what he's done. 76% completion percentage, 8 touchdowns, just for 1 interception.
Jed Fish is just so high on his quarterback, DeMond Williams. And really, the sky is the limit. He really reminds me of Kyler Murray. Same body type, great arm. Legs are going to play a major factor here today, guys. Number 1 in the Big Ten in scrambles, but they also like to do some design quarterback runs. A lot has been made about this young Maryland pass rush. They have to be disciplined today in trying to collapse the pocket, keep him in pocket.
One of the toughest men to tackle in the country. They stop him up there for no gain. Jonah Coleman, this Washington offense, Jake, they moved the ball last week against Ohio State, just couldn't convert in the red zone.
That's going to be one of the themes of the day. I mean, this is one of the best offenses in all of college football. Can you score down in the red zone? Maryland's been great in situational football, great red zone defense, great third down defense. I do believe the line of scrimmage is going to tell the story. Can Washington stay ahead of the sticks by running the football?
Coleman remains in the game with Williams. On second down, all the time in the world, and now he'll finally come out of the pocket and on the move, checks it down for a couple of yards, and it's now 3rd and 7 for the Huskies. Let's take a look. Did he make this catch, Jonah Coleman? Oh, it can hit the ground if he has possession, and it's tough to tell from that angle. Right now it stands.
Well, regardless, third down really tells us a ton of themes. Keep your eyes on number 12, Denzel Boston. That's the go-to guy. We mentioned DeMond's legs, but this is where the Maryland pass rush really comes alive.
Williams steps up, throws, and it is caught. Looks like it'll be just shy of the line to gain. It is by the tight end, Decker DeGraff. And now it's 4th down and a long yard. And the offense is staying out there for Washington.
That's just a spot route by Decker DeGraff, a sophomore tight end who they're really high on. You just got to have awareness of the sticks. Really want to be +1 behind the sticks. That time he was -1, and Jed Fish, like you said, guy, wasted no time. He's going to keep his offense on the field here in the -50.
Williams keeps. Williams cuts it upfield, and he's able to pick up the first down. So a gutsy call to start this game for Jed Fish pays off. Of course, he's got Jonah Coleman along with him in the backfield. The nation's leading rushing touchdown scored. Denzel Boston, as Jake mentioned, a key wide receiver, one of the stars on this offense, and a big deal at left tackle
with Maximus McCree starting for the injured Carver Willis.
Really keep your eye on that left side of the line in general. It's Maximus McCree getting the start, but it's John Mills, true freshman, starting at left guard. It's where he's been all season, so some youth and inexperience on the left side of the Huskies.
3 tight ends in the game, and it's intercepted. He threw it right to Jalen Husky, and the Maryland native brings it all the way back to the 30, and a flag's on the field late, but Husky steps up in a big moment. Almost 20 friends and family for Jalen Husky sitting in those stands. He goes right to him to celebrate.
And you know, Damon Williams and Denzel Boston, they have such great chemistry.
After the interception and during the return, personal foul, illegal block below the waist, passing to number 2. Half the distance from the end of the run. It's first down, Maryland.
That's on the quarterback. Yeah, so Maryland would get even better field position. But, you know, it looked like Denzel Boston almost lost it in the sun. He couldn't quite see it. That throw was high and behind him. So first interception of the year for Damon Williams. He's been great at protecting the football. You cannot make this mistake on the road. That is where Maryland's defense thrives. They're extremely disruptive. They create chaos, and they don't miss opportunities. You saw there with Jalen Husky coming down with the interception.
Husky told us yesterday, I'm the fun guy in the DB room, and he sure looked like it celebrating there on the bench. So Malik Washington gets to take over in the red zone, and he hands it to Juan Williams on first down, and he powers his way forward for 4.5 yards. Well, great start to the young career for Malik Washington, the Maryland native, recruited since 8th grade by Mike Loxley here, and he has delivered so far. You look at what he's done, almost 260 passing yards a game, the best mark among true freshman quarterbacks.
He's been so impressive. This is his 5th start, but it's important to note, Guy, he was injured throughout most of camp, so he didn't get all those added reps during the month of August, so that learning curve, he's still very early in terms of learning how to play college football.
Looks to throw here on second down. And he checks it down to the tight end. Incomplete. Dorian Fleming wasn't to get his hands underneath it. And it's now 3rd down and a long 5.
This is a big play here coming up. I'd imagine if Maryland can get a few yards, that Loxley will say go for it on 4th down. But with Washington's defense backed up here, it would be a huge win if the Huskies can somehow force a field goal.
Maryland coming off the bye, scored 20 first-half points in that road one against Wisconsin 2 weeks ago. Washington looks, still looks, backpedals, end zone, and it's out of bounds by Jalil Farouk, and now it's 4th down. Leroy Bryant there in coverage. And here comes the field goal team. So Washington's defense holds.
Everything becomes harder down in the red zone. The field becomes condensed. That time Washington just sitting back in zone coverage and did a great job with their defensive positioning, just covering every blade of grass, really nowhere for Maryland to go with the football. And that's the maturity of Malik Washington, not pressing, not putting his team in any danger, kind of throwing the ball away just to try to guarantee some points.
Sean O'Hare on for the field goal. And Maryland takes advantage of the interception and punches in 3 points to start this game. Well, the great thing about young quarterbacks is watching young quarterbacks respond to adversity. Damon Williams, we'll see how the Washington offense does it in their second chance coming up next.
On a resourceful Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Hey kids, you trying to raise money to buy a football or something?
Actually, we're raising NIL money so we can bring better recruits to state.
Well, in that case, I'll take 1 Dr. Pepper, please.
1? So you don't want our quarterback to have anyone to throw to?
No.
This guy's not willing to do what it takes to win. He's a casual.
Casual? Does this look casual?
How much do you want?
That guy just bought 20,000 cases.
That's not fair. He's a big wig booster.
Salutations. Let's take checks.
College football. It's a Pepper thing.
With Prime Big Deal Days coming October 7th and 8th, greatness is a deal away. Shop deals up to 40% off this Prime Big Deal Days.
Man, this tastes not bad.
All your Y2K favorites are back for only $3 or less. Only at Taco Bell.
You can get this fixed now and pay later. You can get this fixed now and pay later. And this. Get it fixed now and pay later in 4 interest-free payments at SafeLight.com.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
You deserve the best. Performance, durability, affordability. Only one place does it all. Whatever you do, do it for less at Harbor Freight. This weekend, get a free 5-gallon bucket when you spend $29.99 in store.
I play this game because at a young age, I saw it as a platform to be able to help out my community. Deep down in my heart, I wanted to help out in any way possible back home in Africa.
Going against the tackles or the guard, whoever I'm going against, there's a lot of one-on-one battles. In wrestling, like, we use our hands a lot, and a lot of the moves you can do in wrestling on the football field.
That's part of the reason I stayed home. That's because I wanted to be close to them. I didn't want to miss out on anything, being around everybody, and then still being able to come up and support.
An all-new edition of The Journey, Tuesday on the Big Ten Network.
The Big Ten Cancer Research Consortium is where the Big Ten's fierce rivals join forces to take down their common foe. The rivalry still exists, but maybe that's what fuels such a powerful collaboration, working together on cancer research to advance treatments and therapies to bring more options to patients who need them. Learn more at big10crc.org. Cancer is the one opponent that unites the entire Big Ten.
Family weekend here in College Park on an absolutely perfect day. If you're looking for the Northwestern Louisiana Monroe game, you can go to big10.org/BTN Game Finder right now to see where you can find that game in your area.
Go Maryland.
Interception turned into a field goal.
I live in Maryland.
With 4-0 Maryland. Philip Noyes is going to kick it away for the second time already today. And Jonah Coleman's going to bring it out. A little momentum from the 15. And he gets upended at the 25. And it's time now for the keys to the game, sponsored by Modelo. Jake?
Well, we were spot on with these keys already coming alive. Washington, it's finishing drives on offense, which we talked about, but it's also on defense. It was a great win for the Husky defense, forcing the Terps to kick a field goal. But for Maryland, their defensive identity is all about creating chaos. They get after opposing quarterbacks. That leads to errant throws, which leads to interceptions. Obviously, that showed up on the last drive with Jalen Husky coming down with an interception.
Maryland coming off that game against Ohio State had an attendance of 72,000 plus, was the largest game at Husky Stadium in 2010. Today the crowd's big, but not on their side as that defense stands strong again against Jonah Coleman. It's a defense that's allowed opponents to score just 11 points per game, but this is the most dynamic offense they've faced so far here early in the year. And two key freshmen, Zahir Mathis and Sidney Stewart, alongside the veteran Daniel Wingate. They've got some good youth and veterans on this defensive side.
That pass rush has been so impressive. You mentioned Stewart and Mathis, but a bigger test today. It's not always about getting sacks. You have to have extremely disciplined rush lanes to keep them out of the pocket.
Pressure up the middle, and Devon Williams stays calm. He gets it to Jonah Coleman, and it looked like a dangerous play. Turns into a first down. He had Daniel Wingate just bearing down on him, and it's a pick up of 14. And Jalen Husky, who had that interception a moment ago, is down on the field.
He took a big shot, man. Jonah Coleman is a battering ram at 5'9", 220 pounds, and runs with a lot of inertia. That was a big collision. You mentioned all the family that Husky has in town. Maryland local kid, senior. Let's hope he's okay.
Let's take another look at this and see if we can tell what happened. 22 in red. And let's go down to Brooke on Jalen Husky. We had a lot of fun talking to you yesterday, Brooke.
Yeah, guys, you were just talking about all the family members he has in the stands here today. And so he told me just being close to home, that is his why. He said, especially with his 3 younger brothers, you could see him greeting his family right there. You love the energy. He said it's really just boosted his confidence. He said before every game, he'll head to the corner of the end zone, take a deep breath, and look up to the stands and find them. He told me that reminder of his why gives him that calming confidence before he takes the field.
And hopefully he can return here. We'll keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, a first down after that 14-yard inside screen. And now Williams is going to come out of the pocket. He completes the pass, but there's a flag in the area of holding.
This is another game last week with all the penalties for Washington.
Holding. Offense number 77. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. It's first down.
We mentioned that's the new left tackle, Maximus McCree, getting the start for Carver Willis. Working there on number 9, another guy we highlighted, Zahir Mathis, the talented freshman edge, right there in the officials' eyesight. But you know, Washington last week, that was a theme. They take 1 or 2 steps forward, 2 or 3 steps back. You know, it's a self-inflicted wounds that they have to cut out.
Adam Muhammad remains in the game at running back. Williams is going to keep this, takes a hit, and goes down. Good job by Braden Lee, one of the redshirt freshmen, highly rated guy. If he doesn't get Williams, I don't know where he's going, Jake. A long way.
He's got that home run speed and home run potential. You know, Damon Williams, he's been so impressive. He carries himself with such poise. The game looks easy, but so far today, he's a little jumpy guy coming off that loss. Threw the interception to his go-to guy, Denzel Boston. I'd like the screen call to get the drive going to try to get him settled in, but gotta settle in if you're Damon Williams.
Ton of time. Pulls it down, and will run. You know, Husky went off on that hit. We've not seen Jonah Coleman since that big gain either. Adam Muhammad's been in for the last 3 possessions at running back.
We've mentioned there's a lot of true freshmen playing today, and with Husky out, Messiah Delone, number 33, he comes in, another true freshman, been very productive. He's gotten valuable experience to start the season, but another freshman there in the back end on that Maryland defense.
Another freshman they love. They have freshmen and they love all their freshmen. Here's a 3rd down and 13. 3-man rush. Williams taking a shot, and he overshoots, finds Bright, and even against a 3-man rush, there was pressure right at his feet. That was Sidney Stewart, who was bringing the heat on Williams, and Washington will have to punt.
They just collapsed. They're really stress testing that left side of the offensive line with McCree getting the start and the freshman 72, John Mills, starting at left guard. But, you know, Damon Williams, we showed you his completion percentage. He's extremely accurate. But today, he's just a little jumpy to start the game. So we'll see if Brooks sees anything down there on the sideline. Got to gather his breath a little bit, contain himself.
Luke Brown will send this away to Jalil Farouk. And Farouk gets about 10 yards on the return. 77 degrees here in College Park. Same temperature as the other meeting between these two teams in Honolulu.
Oh, hi. Work here. Yeah, I get it. I've been a lot. And I know our relationship hasn't been working for a while now. I am trying, but I know I've got some boundary issues. Ugh, why am I so clingy? But after a lot of soul searching, some light journaling, and one very intense group processing circle, I got some help from UKG. I found understanding and HR pay and workforce tools. Now I'm ready to plan for our future. Trying new things together. I'll even give you space when you need it. Because, can I be honest? I want to take things to the next level. Oh, and I've got some new friends. Well, AI agents, but they're such a solid crew. You'll love them. Look at us. It just feels right.
You're looking at Carvana's newest and proudest customer. So proud that we're teaming up to create Shackvana.
We are? We are.
Shackvana will be 100% online so customers can shop from anywhere.
That's so Shackvana.
About time you caught up. On Shackvana.com, customers can shop tens of thousands of vehicles.
Love it.
And they'll get 7 days to love their ride or their money back. Visit Shackvana or Carvana and buy your car today.
Pizza! No sandwiches! We could settle this with a sibling cage match or Jimmy John's new toasted pizza sandwiches. Look, me, Ma, it's a win-win.
There's marinara everywhere.
Toasted pizza sandwiches at Jimmy John's. Oh, that's good.
Michigan State battles UCLA. Then Nebraska takes on Maryland. And Purdue squares off against Minnesota under the lights.
A football triple-header next Saturday on the Big Ten Network.
But Malik Washington, as advertised, a true freshman. You look at his ranks compared to all freshmen, redshirt and true, and he's still in the top 3 in major categories. The passing yards a game, the 8 passing touchdowns, tied for third. The 13 yards per completion, part of the reason why his completion percentage is just under 60%, as he comes on the field for the second time today. And that pass is batted and nearly intercepted. That was Deshaun Lynch, got a hand on it. Now let's go to Dave Refson in Chicago with a studio update.
Big guy, a surprising start at the Rose Bowl. Opening drive for UCLA, Nico Iamaleava to Quasi Gilmer. Then the Blues recovered an onside kick and kicked a field goal, 10-0, the Penn State Stride.
I could swear Dave just said Penn State is trailing UCLA 10-0. Is that what he said, Jake? I don't believe it. Here's Nolan Ray with his first carry. And he gets a couple of yards. Take a look at the Maryland starting lineup. On offense, DeJuan Williams. The two veterans, Knotts and Smith, at wide receiver, balance out some of the ages for this team. An offensive line that has been very solid. I mean, they've only given up 2 sacks all year.
They've been solid in pass pro, but the run game, that is the key here. Not been able to establish the run. Offensive coordinator Pep Hamilton said that was a big area of focus during the bye week. He knows they got to be more complimentary, especially considering they're starting a freshman at quarterback.
Third down here for Malik Washington. Eyes downfield. Across his body, connects with the tight end, Dorian Fleming, for a first down.
This guy, I mean, he's a freshman, but he's wise beyond his years. This is not an easy throw. It's a dangerous throw, and you have to have that feel of knowing when it's okay and safe to throw across your body back across the middle of the field. But Malik Washington, especially rolling right guy, that's where he's been able to make some plays outside of the pocket. Nice job picking up the first down there.
Couple of tight ends in the game now for Maryland, for Nolan Ray to find his way through and spin out near midfield, and a pickup of 8 yards. But Jed Fish told us the defense played well enough last week to beat Ohio State, and we saw we have the players and the coaches to adjust on the fly. But of course, as Brooke told us before the game, they don't have their key defensive lineman, Zach Durfee, up front.
Yeah, a couple injuries. I mean, that was a really physical game, so even the guys that are playing this week, they're probably feeling some residual soreness. Zach Durfee out. Jacob Manu, they're really excited at the linebacker. He's back. He was on a rep count last week coming off of an ACL injury. He'll have increased reps, but Takario Davis also out. Their second best or first best corner there in the back end.
3 tight ends now on the field for Pep Hamilton's offense as Malik Washington loads up and throws wide at Caleb Webb. Talking to Pep Hamilton, the offensive coordinator, he said we really want to get the transfer from Tennessee going, 5 catches this year, but he and Washington can't connect.
What you notice about the Maryland receivers, and it's true for Caleb Webb, how about the size? 6'5", 201 pounds for Webb. You can go down the list. Shalik Knotts is 6'3", Farouk 6'2". So large frames there to bring down some of these passes from their quarterback, Malik Washington.
Third down for Nolan Ray, and an arm gets to him just a hair too late. That's a first down. And now Washington wants to go with some tempo.
And the tempo's intentional. Pep Hamilton said he's nervous. He doesn't know what to expect from Ryan Walters' defense. 4 down, 5 down, man versus zone. Getting into tempo means they expect to see more vanilla looks, predictable.
Setting up the screen now to Dorian Fleming, and a great tackle in the backfield. No gain, maybe a loss of 1. Tai Uyunglele was all over it, and it's now 2nd and long.
That was a big-time tackle by Uyunglele there, because there was a lot of space, a lot of grass out in front. And Uyunglele is a guy I think really benefits from the hiring of Ryan Walters. That defensive tackle position is really critical in his defensive scheme. Johnny Newton is a guy that really thrived back when Walters was at Illinois. They had the #1 defense. They need guys that are big and stout but can move, and you saw that out in the open space by the tackle by Uyunglele.
Quickly out of the hands of Nolan Ray. Another great tackle made. This time Leroy Bryant, the nickel back, and it's now 3rd and long. This Washington offense has taken a little time to get going. The defense can help out with a big stop here.
And let's see the chess match here with Pep Hamilton and Malik Washington. What do they do to try to reveal the hand and get the clean picture of what Washington's doing defensively? They're showing a pressure look right here. Are they coming? Are they going?
Maryland loves to look for chunk plays. Haven't hit a big one yet today. Haven't had a lot of field to work with. And now a timeout will come from the Washington defense. First of the day.
Timeout, Washington. It's their first of the half. It'll be full media timeout.
So big 3rd and 9 coming up for the Terps here in the first quarter when we return.
Cause I'm a shoo shoo shoo, shoo shoo shoo, shoo 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 shoo, sugar down.
Gemini, which of these would be a little less expected?
Check out the alliums. They'd go great with the hydrangeas below.
Will those last till Saturday?
Yeah, they should last until Saturday if they're kept in water.
How'd you get my number?
Call 1-800-STEAMER.
Your friend's got a good voice. So, what happened here?
We'd rather not say.
Thank you, Steamer. He's good.
When clean enough is not enough.
Call 1-800-STEAMER.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
My mother told me, don't forget to pray, 'cause there'll be hard times. Hard times. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I soon found out just what she meant.
Welcome back. Safety Jalen Husky had that tough collision with Jonah Coleman, what sent him to the sidelines. He was in the medical tent with the group for a good bit. That you can take a look at his right bicep there. It's a black band or a brace of some sort. That's new. It's something to keep an eye on. But guys, he does keep grabbing his helmet, walking back and forth on the sideline. It looks like he wants to get in, but I'll keep an eye on it if that actually happens.
All right, the question is, will he be in on the next play or will he have to wait? Maryland offense with a 3rd and 9. They haven't picked up a play longer than 8 yards yet today. Washington to the sideline, and that's caught for a first down. Farouk with the longest gain of the day for the Terps.
Malik Washington, man, he's just so impressive mentally. Obviously, the arm talent, we can all see it. I mean, that ball just jumped out of his hands, but there's Ryan Walters trying to mess with him, showing a pressure look. Then they drop out of it. You see Washington working all the way front side out to his right before coming back to the comfortable stop route right at the sticks to move the chains.
Here's Williams. That'll bring up 2nd down and manageable, and Jalen Husky's already had a big impact on this game.
Because it is such an important part of their defense. He's a veteran there on the back end, and talk about setting up the first score there with the interception and meeting Jonah Coleman. That was a big collision, so we'll definitely keep you updated. If it's not him, we mentioned it's going to be the freshman Messiah Delone, number 33, that will be in the game.
Maryland working on a 5-minute drive here, second possession of the afternoon. 2nd down for Malik Washington, and he'll go back to the ground. And there's Williams reaching to make it 3rd and short. A Maryland team that has not trailed at all this year. And partly because they've played really mistake-free. They haven't had a penalty on offense or a turnover in the last 2 games, including that road start, that Big Ten road win to open up conference play at Wisconsin last week, or 2 weeks ago. Mike Loxley took his team into a bye
And so we got a lot to get better at. And so far, they look like a button-down operation. Here's 3rd and 2. Back to Williams on the ground. And he's got a first, running like Jonah Coleman. Also feels like, Jake, they're breaking the tendency a little bit today. They've run the ball as many times as they've thrown it. As you see a look of rare company that they're in, the 3 teams that haven't trailed this year. But they are not a 50-50 run-pass team so far this season.
60% passing coming into this game. That's number 11 in the FBS, so they put a ton of weight on the shoulders of their freshman quarterback. But Pep Hamilton told us yesterday they made some changes during the bye week. They know they have to run the ball. So far, they're getting some benefit from the run game.
This time it is stopped up, thrown back. Elenius Davis is able to make that tackle after a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, go back to what you were saying. You talk about not trailing, and a big piece of that is playing mistake-free football. It's that much more impressive when you add in the youth of this football team. 8 players, 8 true freshmen on the Maryland football team on offense and defense that have played 90-plus snaps as true freshmen. That's as much as the rest of the Big Ten combined.
Here's a 2nd down and a quick throw out to Farouk, and he gets hit right away. Jacob Manu, who returned from his ACL injury of last week against Ohio State, and has quickly put the green dot on his helmet and makes an impact play here.
That is a thick, violent, fast linebacker, just blowing that play up before it even had a chance to get started. They're excited to have Manu back. Back in 2023, guy, he led the Pac-12 in tackles. He was first team all Pac-12. The only negative you could say about his game is he's just been hurt. But he's now back healthy. He's on a snap count last week, 30 plays. Expect him to play more this week.
Maryland is 4 of 4 on 3rd down on this drive. Washington takes the snap and looks and lofts and connects. Octavian Smith with the biggest play of the day on offense so far.
And that's just great Maryland team offense. Ryan Walters once again showing pressure, bringing nickel pressure away, but the offensive line and running back did a good job picking it up. That gave Washington time. This was a double move by Octavian Smith, but the protection allowed Octavian to win and set up that double move.
For an injured official.
Timeout for an injured official. You just heard the announcement there. We're looking for where that is. Maybe on that far sideline, but everybody's up, which is good news. I think he's looking for, let's see.
I believe this is our official right here. Let's take a look at it.
The good news, able to pop up, check with the training staff and saying I'm all right. It's a physical game for the players. It is a physical game for the officials, too. It's a hot day down there, 77, 78 degrees. But they're working hard today, and glad to see everybody's okay before this 1st and goal play.
Down here in the low red zone, Malik Washington is not as dynamic of a runner as Damon Williams, but his legs do come alive, especially down here in the low red.
Washington keeps it, and he scores! Washington on Washington crime for the first touchdown of the day.
Well, Washington's defense, they have to be prepared for this. We talked to Ryan Walters about it. He knew that this was going to be a key piece of their red zone offense, and that's just your basic read option guy. Malik Washington saw the Husky defensive end come down and play the run, pulled it, and a walk-in touchdown.
John O'Hare out for the point after 2 weeks ago against Wisconsin. They ran it twice. He gave it the first time, kept it the second time, and for the freshman, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay, so you can relive it all. No matter where your team takes you. Stay where school spirit thrives.
Ready for game day?
Absolutely.
Little help?
Oh, sorry.
Graduate by Hilton. Book your game day stay.
Hilton for the stay.
Marathon is rewarding fans with savings of up to $1 per gallon. All by earning rewards on every gallon and on select in-store items. Making every pit stop and snack break worthy of a celebration.
Score.
The more you fuel up, the more you score with Marathon Rewards. Marathon, the official fuel of the Big Ten.
There's just something about basketball. Just the pure joy I had from playing. When I was 10, I went and told my mom, I'm going to play in the WNBA. And I had no idea what that really even meant, but I had a deep belief that I could be the best. My freshman year, it was probably like halfway through the year, we played a game, we won, it was in overtime, and it was pouring rain outside, and everyone left after the game, and I had to walk home in the rain. And I just remember thinking, no one offered me a ride. Why is that? And I was like, well, I don't think that I'm here making people better. It was very humbling. In that moment, I was like, you know what? Like, I need to lead first. So when I play with my teammates here or with the national team or just in life, I'm like, okay, a trailblazer can inspire others. I'm Kelsey Plum, two-time WNBA champion and a University of Washington alum. Go Dogs, baby.
Football on the Big Ten Network is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and by Discover, the official credit card of the Big Ten Conference. Maryland coming through the tunnel today after a bye week. So much energy in the building, and the Terps have delivered so far. A 10-0 lead here at CQ Stadium in Washington. About to get the ball for the third time today. This is Adam Mohammed, who's going to bring it out. Gets a block from Jonah Coleman, of all people, and he gets out to the 37-yard line. Right now, the first 250 fans will get $20 off a Big Ten Plus annual pass. Stream nearly 2,700 more events across the Big Ten this season. Just scan the QR code on the screen or go to BigTenPlus.com and make sure you enter FB20 when selecting an annual pass at checkout to take advantage of this offer. Well, as Washington comes back out, Jake, it's a team that they came out on Thursday, practiced with Georgetown prep last week, and trying to find the juice after that first possession interception by Jalen Husky and then a punt on their second possession. Damon Williams to throw, and that's incomplete, and he's just been off target so far today.
Just slightly off, and you know, I do believe that road trip is certainly part of it, Guy. I mean, you talk about a 4.5-hour flight. Jed Fish told us they're not watching Netflix on these long plane rides. He said he had an hour football date scheduled with his quarterback. It's Jed Fish and Damon Williams, who's been so great to start the season, but Jed feels that there's another level to be unlocked. But right now, you're not worried about unlocking that next level. It's about Damon getting settled into the game.
He gets it out quick this time, and there's DeGraff, the tight end, who fights his way forward for a third down and short coming up. They sit on the plane, they watch the film, and they get ready for this one. Can they find a score on this drive? We'll find out in the second quarter.
Your financial journey starts with your own ambitions, but that doesn't make it a solo mission. Money is a tool to help yourself and the ones you love the most. Saving up for your first home, and setting up for your firstborn. Paying down debt, and paying it forward when you can. At Thrivent, we help plan your finances for something bigger than money, because sometimes all you need to make a difference is someone to help you make it happen. Thrivent, where money means more.
This or that.
Here they come, yo. Here they come.
You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. You can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. I think you Venmo this, yo. Swears that. Yo, liftly, yo, we can make it. Epitome. What we are, cause what we be the epitome, do, die, dippity. can Venmo this, or you can Venmo that. I think you Venmo this, yo.
Get your Venmo debit card today with Free Perplexity Pro.
The DQ Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket comes in your choice of honey barbecue or new sweet chili, layered with flavor from the top, bottom, and everywhere in between. That's the Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket. Get it delivered today, only at DQ.
Morning, guys.
Why is Jed Bridges here?
I'm studying to be in a T-Mobile commercial. Teach me, Sultana.
Oh, I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on jump. It's the most pro iPhone yet.
So you can't teach that. Okay. You can save up to 20% versus the other big guys. And see?
At T-Mobile, get iPhone 17 Pro on us. Plus, save up to 20% when you check the map.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I reward full-time fans. Check out this recruit, the Uberstitious. His game day rituals can change the whole game. This full-time fan deserves a Modelo.
This place is jumping as we start the second quarter with Maryland on defense. Time to look at our coaching profile sponsored by Discover. 3 years at Arizona, year 1 to year 2, the offensive jump was huge for Jed Fish, and they've made a similar jump so far this year. Moved the ball well, scored just 6 points against Ohio State last week at home, but looking for their first points of the day. The Washington offense with a 3rd down and 2 to start the second quarter. Back to the ground, and Jonah Coleman, and a first down. And now Washington's going to do the same thing Maryland did on its last possession. Hurry it up. Williams gets it out fast. This time Vines Bright snags it and gets a good gain on first down.
May as well keep the trend going. Vines Bright, another freshman, will be featuring in today's game.
Desmond Roebuck, the other freshman wide receiver, along with Denzel Boston, out there for Washington. Now Williams wants to throw with the tempo. Sidearm out to DeGraff, who's able to make the catch and in spectacular fashion pick up the first down.
So we're trying to get DeMond Williams settled in the game. Watch this. This is play action. He's got to bang that on Denzel Boston right away. This is a route I've seen him complete countless times. Just maybe not quite trusting himself. Regardless, a positive play, though. Gets to his tight end, Decker DeGraff. Little check down and move the chains. But just highlighting that he's not looking like the DeMond Williams we've come to know and expect to start the season. Look at me, though, guy. I'm complaining about a catch to the tight end.
Yeah, DeGraff's got 3 today, too. That Williams throws on the run, and that's behind Boston.
I mean, these guys, we make the case. DeMond Williams and Denzel Boston, in terms of quarterback and wide receiver 1 relationship, these guys are maybe the best in the entire conference. But he had his interception targeting him to start the game. They just haven't been on the same page. Really, really surprising start for DeMond Williams.
Boston has 19 catches through 4 games, but not one today. Now here's Jonah Coleman. Coleman able to step through the first man and then get positive yards after Kevin Humes came flying into the backfield but couldn't make the stop with its pickup of 6.
Well, you got 2 chances at it. Jed Fish not afraid to go for it here on 4th down. So with the way DeMond's playing, I wouldn't be surprised. I think you go back to the run here. They're an empty. Let's see if they motion Adam Muhammad, the running back, back into the backfield.
He's at the top, and now he does motion back beside Williams. And now whistles and movement up front.
That was weird.
Illegal snap. Offense number 66. 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
Landon Hatchett is the center.
Did you see this guy? Watch him. He just stands up with the football. Look at this.
Oh.
What are we doing?
Tried to stop.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is a huge storyline, a big reason that they didn't find offensive success against the Buckeyes. Now, unfortunately, it's a carryover to the next week.
Muhammad. And he just gets tripped up by Daniel Wingate. He made the cut and couldn't quite pull away from the veteran linebacker. And now it is 4th down. There's the penalty, though. I mean, it was 3rd and 5. Penalty puts you 3rd and 10. You get a 4-yard run. That's the difference. Now it's 4th and 6 instead of 4th and 1.
And the offense stays out there.
The 4th down conversion already today, but that was 4th and a yard. And the QB run was able to pick that one up. Here's your guy, the tight end, DeGraff, going in motion. Looking for Boston on 4th down. They can't connect in the end zone, and Maryland's defense stands strong. Never had a chance. 4th down, you know, that's a 50-50 ball. I don't love that play. Washington's got their backs against the wall. Let's see how they respond after the break.
Hey, Dad. That kind of looks like our car.
Wait a minute. It is our car.
I mean, we're good. That's why we chose auto owners. We work with our agent to get the right coverage so that when the unexpected happens, we know we're covered.
Huh. This will be making sense.
Ask your independent agent if auto owners make sense for you. Looks like I'll be taking you to work tomorrow.
Drop whatever you're doing right now. The Wendy's $8 JBC meal deal is here. That's 2 junior bacon cheeseburgers, medium fries, and a medium drink. So you better be on your way. Bacon waits for no one. The #1 deal for the #1 bacon cheeseburger, gotta be Wendy's.
Sucks to have to work on a Sunday.
Does it though?
How about dogs?
How about Peyton Manning?
Hi. It's quitting time.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
All right, team, listen up. There's a national blood shortage. Who's got donation ideas? Chance of the President's Suite? Classy. Dude, that's so much cheese. Save lives and help win your school $1 million.
Joshua Walker, world's best backwards basketball shooter.
6 grams of protein, loaded with fiber. And they come in over 20 tasty flavors. Blue Diamond Almonds might be the world's best snack. I should know.
The world's greatest snack.
Why do people come to the University of Washington? They come here to find people who will inspire them, move them, change them. They come to solve big problems and prepare for careers where they can make a difference. They come to cheer on their Huskies in the greatest setting in college football. If you want to change the world, this is where you start. For passion, for possibility, be boundless.
Touchdown for by the numbers. Brought to you by Gatorade. That last drive, the only touchdown drive of the day so far for either team, was great, perfect for Maryland on 3rd down. 5 for 5 on the drive. And look at the note at the bottom, Jake. That's their season high for conversions in a game, and that's what they got on the last drive. And so now back on offense and back to the ground. First carry of the day for Iverson Howard, the freshman. And now let's talk to Dave Revson for another studio update.
Okay, I want to get you updated on the Huskers in Spartans, Nebraska. Already up 7-0. They blocked the punt. Carter Nelson scoops it up. 14-0 Huskers. First quarter in Lincoln.
Nebraska will be here next week. And if Maryland keeps this going today, they might have another sellout on their hands. Here's Farouk. They have fed him so far this afternoon. He battles his way through the Washington defense for a healthy game. We just talked about a guy the touchdown drive, it was their 3rd down success. They're 5 for 6 on the day, but how about that on the season? Only 31.6%. That's 17th in the Big Ten Conference. So a bye week well spent for Coach Loxley and his Maryland football team. He told us we gave every player a prescription. We wrote each player a prescription during the bye week with one fundamental to get better at. And he said this would be a game of fundamentals, given that he feels like these teams are mirror images a bit of one another. Here's a 3rd down opportunity. Check it down to Juwan Williams, and he converts another. And that's a great point because Loxley 0-9 at Maryland coming off of buys. It's been a real area where they've struggled. So he completely changed his process. Said instead of prioritizing physicality, they went back to the fundamentals, like you said, and especially with the young team. When you think about it, you go through fall camp, like you can work on fundamentals, but in the season you're working on a 20-hour you don't get to emphasize those fundamentals as much. Blitz comes in. Malik Washington beats it with a throw to Leon Houghton, who's had a limited snap load in the early part of the season, battled some injury, but he makes the catch. Good catch, because this had some serious zip on it. I mean, when you talk about fundamentals, though, guy, just watch when Malik, the next time he drops back, look at the footwork. One hitch and the ball is gone. He's sure of himself. Now he's on the move on second down. And on the move, he just throws that off the hands of Caleb Webb. Second target, no catch for Webb today. And it's 3rd and 3. Right where Maryland's comfortable. Malik just wanted to get to third down. Yeah. Young man from the state, went to Spalding High School, north of here in College Park in Maryland, a program that did not have a lot of success, and it never won its league. He led them to 3 straight league championships. It's another data point to just emphasize how special this young man is. Third down to the ground. Williams stopped and stopped again. And just for the second time, Maryland gets stopped on third down right at midfield. 3 yards to go to get the first if they go for it on fourth. And here come 3 tight ends out onto the field. The offense staying out there. Just a big reason Maryland has had the success they've had offensively is they have been able to win the line of scrimmage. That time, obviously, the Huskies sent pressure and stoned them. Expect a dummy count here, guy. Trying to get Washington to jump off sides. Malik Washington takes it, throws it, and completes again another first down. Dorian Fleming has caught the ball in traffic a couple of times today. Really like Dorian Fleming. There's a guy, Corey Dyches, watching. This is just a little angle route. Corey Dyches played here. Mike Loxley coached a guy by the name of Irv Smith Jr., was drafted to the Vikings out of Alabama. Very similar body type. Just a move F tight end that really thrives in this Maryland offense, and a big-time contested catch there on fourth down. Third different tight end for either team to combine to catch a ball today. They must know your top 5 list is coming out. Flea flicker. Malik Washington. And a flag down. It is caught. It's being ruled caught for the moment by Shalik Knotts. A 17-yard pickup. That was a beautiful ball, though, by Malik Washington. Left hash all the way out to the far right side of the field.
Number 7. That field is declined. The result of the play is the first down.
Ephesians Prysock, the penalty. Look at that. I mean, whoa, that is a long throw. Did he even step into it? Not really. Not really. I mean, it's just he's got a rocket launcher attached to his shoulder.
Rolling on the field of a completed pass is under further review.
The question, does he complete this as he's going to the ground? Yeah. He must keep possession through his contact with the ground. It doesn't mean the defender, just because he pulls it out at some point, doesn't make it an incompletion. There's a time element here. Well, that's a theme, though, anyways. If you're Shalik Knotts, why even let it get to this point? And drops have been a major issue for Maryland. As Brian Banks looks at this, the replay official, Scott Aronowitz, and our rules analyst is Steve Strimling, and he's watching this play back in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it looks like that he's got control. He goes to the ground, and when he gets to the ground, the defender looks like he's trying to rip the ball out. So that's what replay. It looks like a second act. It looks like we have control going to the ground, and he's clearly on the ground. So as long as we don't see something that shows this ball moving as he gets to the ground, Steve, you think this is and hitting upheld? The ground, yeah.
Yep, okay.
I believe so.
Steve, I'm counting one step, 2 step. Now he's down on the ground.
Correct.
And right here at the last
control.
moment. Yeah. This is where the ball gets ripped out.
We can watch that defender. Yeah, that's good.
After review, the ruling on the field has changed to an incomplete pass. Therefore, we will enforce the defensive holding penalty. It's 10 yards from the previous spot. It's at the automatic first down. It's 1st and 10 Maryland at the 34-yard line.
So instead of a 17-yard gain, it's a 10-yard penalty, and that pass is ruled incomplete.
Steve, I mean, can we bring Steve back in there? That one didn't seem close to me. Yeah, Loxley's making the same face I'm making up here in the booth. Steve?
Yeah, so they reversed that. So the angles that we saw, I didn't see that there was a bobble. Now there's something that they might have had a different shot, and if he didn't have control on the way down or lost it, to us it didn't seem like enough to overturn.
All right, Steve, thank you. As Maryland still benefits from the penalty, and back to the ground they go, DeJuan Williams. This has been such a balance of pass and throw. All right, let's take another look.
Look at this. Look at that. Look, right there, that white line, that 30-yard line, 35-yard line is where that ball was snapped. And what you notice is the Maryland Terps offensive line just pushed and knocked back all those white Husky jerseys. They have not been able to find any success in the run game throughout this season. Pep Hamilton said it was a big area of emphasis during the bye week, and I think that's a big reason why they've been able to succeed on 3rd and 4th down. They're able to run the ball and get into more favorable situations.
And it's a Maryland offensive line that's rotating a couple of guards today. Whistles here at the snap. Amari Hills did not start this game, but he's in at left guard.
Maryland. It's their first of the half.
So 2nd and 5 coming up. Here in the second quarter. And the Terps trying to drive again.
Whether you are running a complex manufacturing site, powering a city's changing energy and utility needs, or maintaining a large fleet of aircraft, IFS's advanced industrial AI orchestrates data and adds capabilities to your business so you can thrive and grow. IFS.ai, award-winning asset and service management software.
The new Monster Menu is now at Burger King.
Really?
Frightfully fun for all families. Sink your teeth into the new Monster Menu at BK.
You rule. I'm obsessed with those windows.
Anderson makes it easy. They are the #1 trusted window and door brand.
Oh, I love those windows. What a difference!
You know, in a world where a lot can go wrong, trust your home to Anderson.
Different fire this year. There's a lot of thought going, is it a cheap, is it a medium, or is that an expensive truck?
See Urban Analysis every week on Big Ten Today and Big Ten Tailgate, or anytime on Big Ten Plus.
Excitement level for Big Ten football nationwide, sky high. Malik Loxley, he's just wide open. Deep shot looking for Whitman. He's got it. He may go all the way. 25-20, 15-10, 5, touchdown Maryland.
You guys got each other's heart, and that's the first step if you want to be a championship team.
Get fired up for another spectacular hoop season with wall-to-wall coverage of Big Ten Basketball Media Days, Wednesday and Thursday, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Malik Washington, a great basketball player in his own right. Jake, I know you had fun talking to him yesterday about the youth basketball circuit that he was on. At Spalding High School here in Maryland. And now he's going to throw it back to Fleming, setting up the tight end screen. And Fleming gets blocking out in front, and another Maryland first down.
Check out this formation by Pep Hamilton. This is the tight end, Fleming. Now you move your left tackle over to right tackle, and Washington was completely fooled. It looks like a little boot action here. Isaiah Ward, number 91. You got to know it's no free lunches when the tight end lets you go. Great job scheming up that play action. And right now, Maryland is doing a much better job than Washington of getting their young quarterback settled in the game. And now their Wildcat guy, Malik Washington, lined up way outside of the top of the screen.
Farouk and Williams in the backfield. And it's the receiver, Jalil Farouk, who claps his hands, takes the flip, and now with Williams' lead blocking for him, gets thrown out of bounds by Alex McLaughlin, the key player on this Washington defense, the safety coming up to make that tackle.
So much was made about Loxley's record coming off of bye weeks, and he said with all this youth and all these new faces, he said they're a little green. They don't know what they don't know, and that's showing up in the way that Maryland is playing right now. They're playing harder, they're playing more inspired, they're playing with more discipline, and they're just completely controlling this game, guy.
Snake in the crib is how he likes to say. The baby doesn't know the snake is dangerous. And right now, Malik Washington looks just like he did at Wisconsin. No fear. Williams behind him in the pistol, and it'll be DeJuan Williams trying to stretch this outside, and he gets yanked down by X-Ray Alexander. And this is what you're talking about, Jake. The 8 true freshmen that played for them. Washington has 4. And then the rest of the league combines for 4. True freshmen playing at least 90 snaps.
Yeah, so 75% of the true freshmen playing 90-plus snaps in the entire league are featured in this game today. So you're looking at a great game today, but you're also looking at the future of the Big Ten Conference.
Third down, where Maryland has been very good today. Quick throw, another to the tight end Fleming, and another first down. They are feeding number 9 today.
Well, Malik is just so sure of himself. The ball is getting out of his hands so quickly. There's just no chance for Washington to send any pressure or disrupt him or do anything to make him uncomfortable. Right now, Pep Hamilton is doing a great job schematically, giving clean pictures, easy looks, and Malik is seeing the field really well, getting that ball out quick.
Fleming's been great in have-to-have-it situations. You can see there's third catch for a first down on 3rd or 4th down. Williams, and he gets knocked backwards after pickup of a couple. Maryland's last drive, which resulted in the Malik Washington touchdown, was a 16-play drive. This is the 14th play of this drive coming up.
Football's a game of momentum, guy. That's what I'm sure everyone at home can feel this, just how much control Maryland has over this entire game right now.
Now they spread it out, and it'll be the tight end Fleming who moves in motion. Quick toss, and that play is blown up. Deshaun Lynch. You wonder who's going to step up on that defensive line today without Zach Durfee, and Lynch on that play is the answer.
Washington.
6'5", 295 pounds, shot out of a cannon.
So much has gone right for Maryland today on offense.
Game clock operator.
That was not one of those things. If you're watching, took the time out here with 4:06. You wonder, are they just trying to give their defense a breather? That was play 13 or 14 of this drive before this big third down.
I'm not sure yet, but I
mean, you're thinking we got to hold them to a field goal, right? For Washington, right?
Yeah, from a momentum standpoint, that play was huge. Now this next play is huge because a field goal would be a major win for Maryland or for the Huskies. And with that negative play, guy, that just makes it a near impossible situation to convert. There's just no plays in your playbook on a goal-to-go situation from the 11-yard line.
Back-to-back drives of over 7.5 minutes. Ryan Walters, we know coaches love talking about the middle 8, the last 4 minutes of the first half, the first 4 minutes of the second half. Well, Maryland's going to get the ball first in the second half. Big moment near the end of this first half for the defense that didn't have last week off, the Washington Huskies.
You know, the only thing, the risk-reward ratio down.
4-minute offense to end the half, and then they're going to get the ball to start the second half. They need a good starter in this drive, and they got just the opposite. The pressure is definitely ratcheting up now in this Penn State football team.
As you said on the last drive, it's okay, but if UCLA scores again, it's not going to be so okay.
They're definitely feeling the pressure now.
Back at the 15-yard line, second down and 20. Drew Aller has time, fires, and a shot, and a first down. to Kyron Hudson.
And no pass rush at all that time. Step up in the pocket, didn't have to jump this time. Watch him step up in the pocket, deep square in, nobody in his face, steps into the throw, and that's as wide open as you can get.
Kyron Hudson, the transfer from USC. His best game ever was against UCLA. Now he's wearing a different uniform. Nick Singleton in the backfield on a first down at the 35. He'll flush out of the backfield, and Aller on a quarterback draw that goes nowhere. Aaron Woods, right in the middle of the pack, made the tackle. We don't see this call too much.
No, especially on first down like this. You're trying to get the ball in the positive territory. Good little stunt there, Kevin Coyle. Nobody standing still, nobody pressing the quarterback. They were kind of slanting, and they slanted right in to the quarterback draw.
Obviously, Bruin fans know this is not the offense they've seen this year, but this isn't the defense they've seen either. Second down and 10, under 3 minutes to go, second quarter. Aller looking left the whole way. Throws, completes out to the 41 to Khalil Dinkins, the tight end. Andy Kotelnicki, the offensive coordinator, popped his head in to say hello to us right before heading to their booth. You and I have been talking all week. All the offense seemed to roll around Tyler Warren last year. There's no number 44 anymore. He's playing for the Colts.
A little different calls. You have to reach around and use different guys. A little bit different for Penn State.
Third down at 4. They need to get to the 45-yard line. Probably the final play before the 2-minute timeout. Aller gonna lay it out long, near side, incomplete, and no flag.
Decision there. You needed a first down bad.
There is a flag.
Are they going to get a holding on the play?
Devontae Ross, the intended receiver. Jackson, the guy that looks upset. Or maybe Cole Martin. Let's see.
Pass interference. Defense number 28. 15-yard penalty for the previous one. Automatic. First down. Timeout in the field for the 2-minute timeout.
Yeah, you see him grabbing him the whole way. That's a good call. Didn't quite see it as the ball was being thrown. I was watching the ball, but good job by the officials right there.
I checked Allstate first, saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check to see if anyone was watching before I stole cotton candy from a child. Checking Allstate first was really smart. Not checking the Jumbotron, not smart. Well, at least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds. Was it worth it? Yeah.
Behind every DIY
is more help than you think.
Try this for a canine.
Nice.
Sometimes help is delivered. And some things have just got to go.
Don't worry, these will go quick. You can try to link two books together. Perfect. Because do it yourself doesn't have to mean all by yourself.
What are you working on?
A Chewy order is on the way for Turner, whose energy makes Mom's world go round. So she orders Purina Pro Plan on Chewy, with the exceptional nutrition to keep Turner turning. For life with pets, there's Chewy with Purina Pro Plan.
You can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
NCIS returns. New season Tuesday, October 14th, part of CBS Premier League.
Being a champion means knowing when to work and when to reward myself. Strawberry mango. This is amazing. And with my active cash credit card from Wells Fargo, I earn a limited 2% cash rewards on purchases.
Really? You call this a workout?
I'm just taking a little break. Then I'll get back after it.
I'm messing with you. Actually, that looks really good.
Make it 2. With the active cash credit card from Wells Fargo, I earn a limited 2% cash rewards on purchases. Terms apply.
The final 2 minutes of the first half is presented by the Active Cash Card from Wells Fargo. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, Gene Steratore. A shocker right now going on at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Look at the total yardage for UCLA. They came in averaging 321 yards a game. They've got 268 right now for Tim Skipper, their interim head coach.
Yeah, and all 4 of those drives produce points.
Yep.
What's popped up for me right now for the UCLA, they have no pass rush if they don't blitz. No pressure on the quarterback. You can really call any play you want. You got all 3 timeouts if you're Penn State, 2 minutes to go. If they score here, remember they get the ball to start the second half.
That would be the middle 8 that they wanted to score in the final 4 of this, and hopefully do the same to open the third quarter. First things first, they've got it at the 44-yard line with a first down, courtesy of that pass interference call. 2 tight ends in there, Rapplier and Dinkins. And Drew Eller saying, we're ready to go. Why can't we snap it? All right, now we got everything set. First down at the 44. They're going to run it, and maybe a 2-yard gain for Nick Sailor. Penn State, again, all timeouts remain, but now we're down to 1:45. I'm going to give the ball back to the Bruins. I get that part, but wow. It'll be 1:25 at the snap or less, and they're still going to run it. And Singleton again gets inside the 40, down to the 38.
And they need to hurry now. I'm surprised the back-to-back runs there. If they'd gone faster, I could have lived with that. But as Ness told you, they took a lot of time to run the ball 2 straight plays.
This time they don't huddle, but the snap's going to come around 1:05. Aller scans the field, in trouble. And can't get away. Tried to reach the ball out. Didn't know where he was first down marker-wise.
Yes,
nowhere near it.
Play right here. Let's see if Penn State takes a timeout and decides what to do. Tried to run a rub to the outside. Well defended by that Bruin defense that time. Tried to get the ball to the tight end on the outside. It was not there.
39 seconds.
Why no timeout here? What are they doing?
They still didn't take a timeout.
I don't get this at all.
I don't either. 4th down and 2. And now they're confused on the alignment. And UCLA is going to take a timeout, I guess, to help them out.
Well, I mean, they burned enough time on their own. It doesn't really make that much difference.
Okay, that's the weirdest sequence I've seen in the last 10 years.
Gemini, which of these would be a little less expected?
Check out the alliums. They'd go great with the hydrangeas below.
Will those last until Saturday?
Yeah, they should last until Saturday if they're kept in water.
Quite frankly, I can't explain the last minute and a half. Do you want to try?
Well, let me try this. Who do you think James Franklin has less confidence in on that play, that sequence? His offense or his defense?
I said maybe they don't want to give it back to the Bruins, but now they got a 4th and 2. Got motion all over the place. Aller is going to be sacked. Well, he threw it late. And if it's complete, it doesn't matter. UCLA's taken over.
I mean, it was the worst of all worlds. Not only do they not pick it up, they get sacked and give UCLA the ball right at roughly the 50-yard line. He waits, and then called down. And I think he was right. Forward progress at least.
That's a loss of 11.
Singleton had a chance to block Jacob Busick on that play, but he did not stay with him.
So UCLA's got a first down, 2 timeouts to work with, a guy with a big arm.
And a lot of confidence.
And a play caller, Jerry Neuheisel, that just about everything he's dialed up has worked today. Let's see if they get actually more points out of the most bizarre Penn State sequence of the season. The second time we've had a stoppage in play and preventing the offense from snapping the ball, and I have no idea either time what it was about. At any rate, 1st and 10. Maliaba throws low but caught, and now in the open field it's a 1st down.
The clock will stop, and it'll be up to UCLA whether they want to burn a timeout. And they did. They will come and huddle and have a strategy trying to get either a deep ball for a touchdown or a field goal position.
Adi Malala again on the receiving end. A low pass, but a nice run after catch, and the Bruins are cooking here late in the quarter. Seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Yeah, there it is. Nice look. If it was a perfect pass, he might have been able to get more yards. It was not, but a good job picking it up there. I would go for 5 to 8 yards. It's a 60-yard field goal for here. I would try to get a little bit more and take 3.
Maliaba on a crossing route. Got it to the tight end, and they got those extra yardage for Habermel.
Yep, take the timeout with 2 seconds to go and kick a field goal. It is a gift try for a field goal.
And the Bruins offense moves into position for Mateen Magani.
I think that was smart play calling. You could have thrown one deep, but then you get a 50-yard field, a 60-yard field goal if you don't connect. I like the short pass. Give yourself a chance for 3 bonus points.
Magani, he'll come out, is 8 for 8 on the season. And his season long is 51. His career long was last year 57. This will be a 54-yard field goal, as Gary said, for gift points to end the half if he could hit this field goal. Mateen Magani from 54, and he's got it.
No doubt the most shocking score of college football at the half this season.
And a shockingly poor sequence from the 2-minute timeout for Penn State to give this guy a chance for 3. What a half for the Bruins. And a happy interim skipper, Tim Skipper, the coach of the Bruins. And Jenny's with James Franklin.
Coach, the team is struggling out there. Why didn't you use any timeouts in that final drive?
Yeah, we were trying to run the time off the clock and score with the last few seconds on the clock.
Now that you have a clearer picture of the play callers you're going up against, what adjustments are you going to make in the second half?
Yeah, we just got to get them settled down. They did a good job on the first drive, and then obviously the onside kick got us. They got momentum. We'll get them settled down. We'll be fine in the second half.
From your perspective, why is this team struggling?
Yeah, we're just inconsistent. Right now, we're not playing the way we can play in all 3 phases. We'll get them cleaned up here at halftime.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
UCLA had 5 possessions in the first half. They went touchdown, field goal, touchdown, touchdown, and a 54-yard field goal to end the second quarter. As Gary said, the most shocking score in college football so far this year.
Yeah, Mass Gary might even be believing in momentum right now. Coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, Texas mired in the swamp and a tight one between Vandy and Bama in Tuscaloosa. And Rick will sit down after this word from your local station.
One of the last-minute getaway calls. Answer it. Book last-minute deals on thousands of stays with Robo.
Yes! Woo! Olympics lineup is all green, baby! Yeah, me too. Well, that's how we do. We are prediction geniuses!
New users pay $5 and $50 instantly in site credits. Prize Picks.
A Grammy salute to Cyndi Lauper, new CBS Sunday and streaming on Paramount Plus.
We know we can't change everything you don't like about shopping, but here at Stop & Shop, we're going all out to improve what we can.
Thank you.
We've seen you doing finger math in the store, but no more of that. You deserve a better way to save.
Heck yeah, I do.
With over 10,000 items always on sale, it's time we actually loved grocery shopping.
Justin, when was the last time you went on break?
I'm on break right now. With so many ways to save, good things are in store at Stop & Shop.
Mikey Sherrill's record is clear. In Congress, Sherrill backed higher income taxes, higher small business taxes, and even higher taxes on Social Security. As governor, she won't rule out raising the sales tax.
Are you willing to commit to not raise the sales tax?
I'm not going to commit to anything.
It's clear. Mikey Sherrill's agenda will...
Cost you an arm and a leg, but if you're a good person, you'll do it.
We can't afford Mikey Sherrill. Mikey Sherrill. More of the same, but worse.
Got eyelid itching, crusties, and swelling that won't go away? It could be...
Demodex blepharitis, and we're Demodex mites. We're very common and super irritating to your eyelids, but we love making ourselves comfortable here. Oh yeah, steam time!
If Demodex mites are partying it up on your eyelids, it's time to eliminate the root of the problem with Xdemvy. With 1 drop in each eye twice a day, you can kill the mites in just 6 weeks. Xdemvy is the first and only FDA-approved treatment that kills the mites that cause Demodex blepharitis, a common eyelid disease. Avoid touching the tip of the bottle to your eye or other surfaces to minimize contamination. Wait 15 minutes before inserting contact lenses. In clinical trials, the most common side effects were stinging and burning in 1 out of 10 patients.
Party's over, folks.
It's not you, it's Demodex mites. Talk to your eye doctor today.
For nearly 60 years, one name has become synonymous with luxury and one of the largest selection of luxury vehicles in the country. His 22 dealerships have set the industry standard of what other car dealers wish to be. Each one of his employees is guided by one unwavering principle. If you think there's anything more important than the customer, think again. His name is Ray Catena. When looking for a luxury vehicle, it's the only name you need to know. Go to raycatina.com. Ray Catena, the legend in luxury.
Scan here to stream news while you enjoy the game. CBS News, New York.
CBS Sports presents the Geico Halftime Report. Get more with Geico.
The Rose Bowl is now Shea Neuheisel. UCLA on top of Penn State 27-7 with Jerry Neuheisel calling the offense as we welcome everybody to the Geico Halftime Report. Adam Booker back here alongside Jerry's dad, Jerry's proud dad, Rick Neuheisel, who's chomping at the bit. We're going to get into our game in a moment. Brian Jones, Aaron Taylor as well. We got other highlights to get to. This, of course, would be a shocker. Last year, the shocker was Vandy over Bama after they defeated Georgia. Diego Pavia did that, and he's already practicing victory formation in Tuscaloosa. DJ, is that a good idea?
For some, it's not. But if you don't act top man talk, you better act like a man, and he is, and especially on this run. Cedric Alexander with the longest rush on the season for Vandy. This team was better than they were this season.
How about Johnny Manziel in the house sporting a Pavia jersey?
That's where he made his name, right? Upsetting Bama.
In Tuscaloosa. Ty Simpson for his first pick of the year, but finds his star receiver Ryan Williams. They are tied at 7 apiece. What's going on with BJ's Longhorn? That defense is getting blocked. That's what's going on. They missed some tackles, and that offense was stuck in the mud. Florida started out 7-0, but then Arch Manning would come, hold the ball a little bit long, and then get back themselves into this game. But man, DJ Lagway, this guy's been banged up a little bit, but has been coming through. The bye week really seems to have helped Florida. They got Texas on the ropes at half-time. Yeah, looked like the early. Well, it's Arch's first SEC road start. Texas against Oklahoma next. The Sooners with an easier day facing Kent State. Michael Hawkins, the quarterback today, Rick.
Great opportunity to get Michael Hawkins some
reps on this year. He was the quarterback, of course, last year when they went away from their starter. He's looking good right here. No telling how soon Material will be back if he'll be ready for that Red River rivalry game next week.
Notre Dame at risk of their worst start since 2016. C.J. Carter will calling for the first score of the game against Boise State, PJ, but the PAT was blocked, and there was plenty of blocking from Maddox Madison here.
Oh, wow. He fooled everyone in the stadium there, and Notre Dame with that running game, you know they're going to come right back down the field.
No doubt. 14-7 at the break there. Our day began with a classic between Air Force and Navy. Both teams racking up major offense.
Blake Horvath right here doing it with his legs. He would have nearly 500 yards of total offense on the day. Obviously here he does it with his arm over the top. You're going to get a lot of one-on-one coverage. This was one-on-none.
No doubt. And a career high for him with 339 passing yards. A 34-31 final as Navy takes the first leg of the Commander-in-Chief Trophy Series. We're going to zero in on Penn State and UCLA when the Geico Halftime Report continues after this. The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS is sponsored by Chili's, Discover, the U.S. Army, and by Geico.
Superstitions, Matt?
Hey, Carly. It's a good thing Discover makes it easy to be a Big Ten fan.
Totally. I get cash back on my rally cap.
Cash back on my favorite glove.
Cash back on my Lucky Shamrock.
Cash back on my game day chicken wings.
Cash back on my one cleat.
Even earn cash back on my Lucky Omelet.
You win. Next round's on me.
Earn cash back on every purchase with Discover, the official card of the Big Ten.
It's your bag, sir?
Look at that way.
Oh, you the Geico Gecko! I'm a huge fan. I filed a claim for my car with the Geico app. Only took 2 minutes.
Well, I mean, car goes all the back end more than just savings.
Next time, how about less fluid ounces?
Fair enough. Oh.
You use this much serum?
Well, my skincare routine requires...
And a pump top? It'll make a mess. Well, I'm taking this.
You took all of them.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
Have a nice flight.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network, so you can watch the game together, even when you're away.
Here we go, man. We got it.
Yes! Go, 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 go! Yes!
My wife is having a baby!
Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. That's all part of the AT&T guarantee.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, keeps getting even better with the all-new Big QP and all this for just $10.99. With 85% more beef, it makes a quarter-pound burger look tiny and, well, yeah, tiny. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Who's Alvarez?
Corporal Alvarez.
Corporal Alvarez. Well done. Thank you, sir. This is a place where one voice can spark a change. But something happens when you work together. You see it, a quiet strength, and you hear it. So quiet passion, building community, shaping our future. We're not done.
Welcome back to the Geico Halftime Report. Rick, you pointed out that UCLA is out there having fun. How are you doing?
I am in an alternate universe right now, guys. I want no one to talk loud. Let me just enjoy this moment I'm basking in right now.
It is wild. 27-7 our score. Bruins up 20. BJ, but besides Jerry Neuheisel, what's Tim Skipper? What's Kevin Quo? What are they all doing right for the Bruins calling this
Well,
game?
the first thing Tim Skipper did that was correct, and he was an analyst, mind you, the first thing he did was say, I'm going to change play callers. And so he is looking very good having turned this offense over to Jerry Neuheisel. So he had to make a big decision, and right now he's rolling 7.
Really up there on the board right now.
What are we doing? But they look, UCLA looks as though they're more invigorated, more inspired to win this ball game than Penn State. Now, Penn State's one of 4 FBS teams who have not left home or played in a neutral site, and Penn State looks as so.
And how about the way Nico is playing right now, 18?
He's been out of his mind. It's clear that Coach Neuheisel has done a great job of getting him ready, and they found a rapport. What's so noticeable about this UCLA team is that from the jump, they were ready to play. There was a start to this offense. The cadence was good. Offensively, they marched right down the field, and this young man who leads the Bruins in rushing is making plays with both his hands and feet. This was the absolute perfect start for UCLA to pull this upset. I think it happened.
And I give Tim Skipper all the credit in the world. That enthusiasm that he showed in the pregame was all week long. And at the end of the day, in these kind of games where you're holding on against a behemoth program like Penn State, it's either you define the moment or the moment defines you. We've all heard that in the locker room talk, right? But this is a time right now where UCLA doesn't have to sit there and bask in what happened in the first half. It's time to go out and play your best football in the second half.
And it's not even close right now. And by the way, guys, 1985 is the last time a winless team at 0-4 or worse defeated a top 10 team. 40 years ago. And we're halfway there. We got to check in on this one, by the way. Vandy's undefeated. They're a ranked team. This isn't a surprise anymore. But they're doing it in Tuscaloosa. They're doing it in Nashville. Last year, Cedric Alexander in for the second time today. 14-7 Vandy on top of Bama.
What did you say they're averaging on the ground?
Vanderbilt's averaging 13 yards per carry. Alabama's incapable of stopping the run right now.
You only have one game to worry about right now. That'll do it from New York for now. Back out to the Rose Bowl after this.
CBS Sports presents the Geico Halftime Report. Get more with Geico. To find your way, sometimes you have to pave it yourself. Forge your own path with grit and determination. Introducing the most capable CR-V we've ever dreamed of. Now part of the Honda Transport lineup.
What does it mean to be rich? It's first steps, and sometimes the last word. Rich is living life your way, and having someone who can help you get there. The key to being rich is knowing what counts. Edward Jones.
Thursday Night Football.
It's on Prime. This week, the Philadelphia Eagles face the New York Giants. Stream Thursday Night Football. Eagles, Giants at 7 p.m. Eastern. Only on Prime.
Don't hurt him, Kev. All dripped up. Got the new iPhone 17 Pro, and Verizon picked up the tab on the best 5G network, baby. No way. Handsome and hilarious. No way. No. I'm even finer in person. No way. Wait, who's about the iPhone? Come on.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us on the best 5G network.
That's real nice.
At IHG's Holiday Inn Express, you can take on Miami, Mexico City, or Minneapolis. Fuel up with free hot breakfast, all while earning points for free nights with IHG One Rewards. Guest how you guessed at IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Domino's Best Deal Ever is back because we know you love to get the most out of your pizza by getting the most on your pizza. Get any hand-tossed, pan, thin crust, or New York-style pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Get extra without paying extra for $9.99 at Domino's.
returns, part of CBS Premiere Week.
It's halftime here in Pasadena. Today we're mourning the loss of a dear friend, Chuck Milton, a giant in the TV sports industry and a beloved member of the CBS Sports family for 3 decades. Chuck started his career in the mailroom, and he joined the sports division in 1964. And for the next 30 years, his larger-than-life persona propelled him to the highest achievements in sports television, producing multiple Super Bowls, NBA championships, Triple Crown horse racing, as well as serving in an executive role. And on a personal note, Chuck was instrumental in bringing me to CBS 35 years ago. For those of a certain age, we can still hear the great Pat Summerall reading the credits at the end of each football telecast. Coordinating producer, Charles H. Milton III. Chuck's legacy is carried out at CBS Sports by his son Steve, our good friend, the Emmy Award-winning director of the Masters and our college football telecast. To Steve, Chuck's wife Patsy, the entire Milton family, we express our deepest condolences on the passing of the legendary Chuck Milton.
You're going to like this story because it's about you. When does it start? With a flight time that works for you and him. Where does this story take place? Destinations far, far, far away, or ones you used to call home. And if you need to rewrite it, there's no fee to change your flight. Where should we go next? Well, that's up to you. Because when we built the world's biggest airline, we built it around you.
Ram loves college football. They're both all about power, performance, and muscle. So I wrote a Ram fight song. What the? That's not it. I do love this song, though. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and I'm homebound. And I need you, and I miss you, and now I want.
Being a champion means knowing when to work and when to reward myself. Strawberry mango. This is amazing. And with my active cash credit card from Wells Fargo, I earn a limited 2% cash rewards on purchases.
Really? You call this a workout?
I'm just taking a little break. Then I'll get back after it.
I'm messing with you. Actually, that looks really good.
Make it 2. With the active cash credit card from Wells Fargo, I earn a limited 2% cash rewards on purchases. Terms apply.
We're kicking off game day with a Twisted Tea drop. We're surprising real Twisted Tea fans who love the smooth and refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
To learn how to be in a T-Mobile iPhone commercial, Jeff Bridges moved in with Zoe Saldana. But mostly, they just played with the new iPhone 17 Pro. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us. Plus, save up to 20%. Check the math.
This is UCLA, where extraordinary things happen, where the internet was born. Yes, the internet. Where Coach John Wooden inspired us to make each day our masterpiece. We don't just break records, we shatter them. Where legends are made. Where about half our state students attend tuition free. To put it simply, UCLA is the dream school. UCLA in the Big Ten, a powerhouse alliance redefining what it means to be legendary.
Celebrity Chef Guy Fieri, 60 Minutes, new CBS Sunday. Is this for real?
At FanDuel, we know how great it is to celebrate a win. And we want everyone to celebrate this NFL season. That's why we're giving away over $1 million in prizes with FanDuel free-to-play games. So lace up those dancing shoes. Because with FanDuel, you can feel like a winner after every play. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.
The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS. We head into quarter number 3 in Pasadena, and a shocker going on through 2 quarters as the Bruins in front of the number 7 team in the country. Penn State gets the football first to start the 3rd quarter. Team Bagani will kick it off. Corey Smith back deep for the Nittany Lions. let this one go, but bring it out to the 25-yard line. As we bring you back to the booth, Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson. I'm never at a loss for words, or very seldom, but you have some things written down. Maybe you can help me out.
I thought the keys that UCLA needed to do to stay in the football game, and never mind.
Never mind. Shocking the last 2 minutes of the half.
It really was. And I thought that James Franklin, the way he reacted to Jenny is the way he has to go look at his football team. You give him hell when you walk in there, but you look up and say, we have to settle down and play our football. I remember a score of a Super Bowl, 28-3, when someone came back.
That's too soon, my friend.
I know, that's your Falcons. But you have to play it one score at a time and try to shift the pressure back to this freewheeling UCLA team right now. They're just out there, as Rick was saying all the time, they're just out there having fun. Well, they got to make this and turn it up where they start looking at the scoreboard and go, we don't want to blow this thing. You got to get that leading team looking up at the scoreboard, wanting the clock to go faster and put pressure back on UCLA.
Second down at 14. Aller fires complete. It's a first down. The ball is out and is covered by the Bruins.
I think Lawrence punched it out from behind. Let's see if it was number 4 that got the punch out.
I think Roderick Pleasant's the guy on top of it. There's the punch.
Lawrence, yes, what a play. We just saw it in the Monday night game, or the Thursday night game, excuse me. And that was perfect. A good catch, good blocking on the offensive line, completion for the first down, but punched right out of Luke Reynolds' hands.
And Pleasant, the guy that covered it. A great job by the defense, and that is not the way Penn State wanted to start the third quarter.
This defense has not got to stop all game.
At the 38-yard line. And a false start against the Bruins.
False start. Offense over 64. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That was on Sam Yoon, the left, the center, I should say. There's the guy that recovered the fumble.
Yeah, nice job that time. You get beat on the play, you stay with it, and you come in and you deliver the punch to knock it out.
The first time a team has scored 5 straight possessions against a James Franklin Penn State team. And UCLA looking for number 6 in a row. And they go back to Jamian Thomas. Jenny was with Tim Skipper just moments ago.
Coach, how do you put that first half into words?
Oh, man, it was a perfect half for us. Everything went as we wanted. We're playing complimentary football. We have to continue that.
Nico is playing with such confidence out there. What are you hoping to see from him in the second half?
Just keep it going. One play at a time. Just be himself. He'll be fine.
Have fun, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Have fun. That's a good ending to the conversation with a big smile on Tim Skipper, the interim head coach.
Yeah, the amount of criticism that this kid has taken through this year, the transfer from Tennessee, it's good to see him just out there playing ball like he knows he can.
Yamaliava honors, and I know Tennessee fans know all about the first couple of years with the Volunteers, and then the transfer portal out here to be closer to home. 10-3 last year, so he only lost 3 games last year. He came into this one having lost 4 straight, but he is playing lights out. Right now, UCLA, a 3rd down and 5. They're 7 out of 8 on 3rd down conversions, and no team this year has converted more than 7 third downs against the Nittany Lions.
Did he grab him from behind? They did not get a call. Collins that time, number 2. I thought he got his left arm on him. They do bring pressure this time. Let's watch the one-on-one coverage to the outside. Grabs him a bit.
Yep.
Then he gets his arm on him. That could have been called.
Could have been a holding and an interference.
Absolutely.
As it is, they'll set up for another field goal.
It's a long one.
Now he hit from 54.
Yep.
This one will be 56. I mentioned last year was his career long of 57. Mateen Bagani from 56 yards away. And this one's off to the right. No good. had the distance, not the aim.
Well, that's exactly what this Penn State team, everybody on the Penn State bench needed their defense to step up and get a stop, and they did.
First miss of the year. And still 27-7.
Desert diamonds. They emerge in hues as ever-changing as the desert itself. Sunlit whites, deep ambers, smoky whiskeys. An entire spectrum of colors and unexpected tones that stir our souls, reminding us there isn't just one shade of life, or love, or even us.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the leadership of this captain, but getting that captain.
I spy motion on the port side! Guard, missed again! Abandoned ship!
What are we doing? So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you make your dip super creamy with almonds, your new boyfriend can know nothing about football.
Oh, he touched it down. Bro, that's the other team.
And still fit in just fine.
Have you tried the dip?
Oh, great fumble.
Red fumble?
That's a Hail Mayo.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I reward full-time fans. Check out this recruit. The ultimate tailgater doesn't just show up, she shows out. This full-time fan deserves a Modelo.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, now serves up the all-new Big QP for just $10.99. And that's 85% more beef than some quarter-pound burger. Yeah, hey, fast food, this is how you value meal. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Edgewater used to be a place you didn't have to lock your doors.
I know there are people who think I don't belong in this office. But I'm in damn good shape.
Check our game trends presented by Subway. Here's how things have gone so far today. 27 first half points is more than the first 4 games first half combined.
Jeez.
Nico's been on fire. Penn State, not so much.
Look at the disguise here. This guy is going to safety, blitz to safety. Too much of a disguise. By the time he gets in there to put pressure on the quarterback, this play should have worked. Time to step in a square in, and he had the play just well defended, and he got away with a little time.
Gene Steratore agreed with us that there probably should have been a holding call, if not an interference.
Sometimes you can just disguise too much, though. You know, I mean, if you're going to safety blitz and give him a one-on-one, you got to get to him a little earlier than that.
So there's the first 10 pass attempts, 8 out of 10, a couple of misses. Back to Katron Allen. And Katron Gibson picked up about 6 before Andre Jordan brought him down. And Penn State going with some urgency right now, a little tempo. Aller out to the tight end, not going to get the first down. It's Rapelier, and it's going to be 3rd down and a yard.
And we'll say that it's a good thing that the UCLA defense is doing. They are making open field tackles against the athletes from Penn State, wrapping up, making Penn State earn every yard.
And they haven't had many yards. 114 is all. And James Franklin's going, let's hurry up, and they're not hurrying enough. Katron Allen almost mishandled the pitch, but he gets the first down run, and then some. Best run of the day by number 13.
I've always thought that Katron Allen is the heart and soul of this football team. When he runs hard and tough, it seems to just electrify his team, and they seem to follow this guy. When he starts playing his power football, Penn State seems to react well to it.
He's got their only score today. And now they moved it to the Bruins 40-yard line. Nick Singleton in the backfield. They fake it to him. Aller wanted to throw back to him. And now, running out of time, and he will keep it. And tiptoed down the sideline, got a first down, I think.
Yeah, late flag, though. Was there a push in the back on the play? I think Kyron Hudson, number 1, got a late push on the play.
Offense number 1. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, you saw him. He ran right into it where Kyron was, grabbed the UCLA Bruin defender, and got an unnecessary penalty. Didn't really need it.
Right there.
Grabs him, and then turns him. It's a good call.
It was a first down run, but then with the penalty, backs it up to the 40. Aller going to work there. And he throws a strike. And as Diggins down the sideline, he'll walk in. Touchdown, Penn State. 40 yards to Khalil Diggins.
Yeah, this is a bust right here. Some guys are playing man-to-man. Some people are playing zone. Whatever it is, it's a bust in the secondary. The wheel route, which you've seen so many times. Khalil Diggins goes right here, and watch this. No one on that UCLA defense follows the tight end.
The result of the play is a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Scoring team number 16. That 15-yard penalty will be assessed in the kickoff. It is 16's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul of the game.
Let's see what Dinkins did, a little push into the security staff or into our camera, right through our camera guys.
That's just not being a good teammate, if you ask me. Team's down by 13 points if they kick this extra point, and you're throwing the ball at somebody in the end zone. I don't get it.
Ryan Marker's point after is good.
It's going to take the whole team doing everything right to come from this behind with this deficit.
Drew Aller knows he had an open man, knows he had a touchdown. Still find themselves on the short end, 27-14.
Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
Hey kids, you trying to raise money to buy a football or something?
Actually, we're raising NIL money so we can bring better recruits to state.
Well, in that case, I'll take 1 Dr. Pepper, please.
1? So you don't want our quarterback to have anyone to throw to?
No.
This guy's not willing to do what it takes to win. He's a casual.
Casual? Does this look casual?
How much do you want?
Well, that guy just bought 20,000 cases.
That's not fair. He's a big wig booster.
Salutations.
Let's take checks. College football. It's a Pepper thing.
He's just been really distant lately. Maybe he's scared of commitment. Or getting hurt. What do you think?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, Bridgewater, you're in.
Teddy Bridgewater, backup, listener.
If only they were backups in real life.
Go.
So we've been
But at least there's Progressive to protect your home and auto.
a different person.
You think he's scared of commitment?
Exactly.
You're not a mechanic. It's not your job to fix him.
I thought you worked in his house.
Nope. Cantina chicken burrito.
You know what? Let me get something to wash that down with.
I got you.
Behind every DIY
is more help than you think.
Try this for a clean line.
Nice.
Sometimes help
It's delivered. And some things have just got to go.
Don't worry, these will go up quick. I wonder if I can link 2 ropes together. Perfect. Because do it yourself
doesn't have to mean
all by yourself.
What are you working on?
The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS is sponsored by Taco Bell, Progressive, Dr. Pepper, and by the Home Depot. Rose Bowl in Pasadena, 11:28 remaining third quarter. As we take a look at the Discover Conference update, 6 teams ranked in the top 25, 4 in the top 10. Indiana, Maryland, Ohio State, and Oregon all undefeated. We'll see 2 of those next week in Eugene. And that should be some offensive fireworks next week on CBS, 3:30 Eastern.
All right, so the 2 units for Penn State did exactly what they had to do. You get a turnover, you get a stop with 3 and out, you try the field goal, you get the ball, and then you score and you shift the pressure over to UCLA. They start going, okay, all right, we had this thing under control. Now they prove that they can march it down quickly.
But the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty makes them kick from the 20, so the kickoff return could be a possibility for Anthony Frias. And it is returnable from the 13-yard line. And no damage done. He only got to the 25 anyway. Let's take a look at the Modelo game changer, and he has been a game changer, number 9.
Nico Iamaleava, he was all go in the first half. The red zone technical throws he made, the 2 great throws, and of course the run when they needed to get in there, just fit by that pulling guard and put it in the end zone. A perfect first half for the quarterback for UCLA.
There's his numbers so far. He's had 1 pass on a wheel route and then into double coverage, a 43-yarder that got him down first and goal. That were picture-perfect passes. And now back to the ground game and bouncing his way is Anthony Woods, and he laid the wood out of the secondary of Penn State on the end of that drive.
Yeah, the transfer from Utah. Anthony Woods, it must have been good blocking, and it was a lead block from the tight end that time, getting in there on that linebacker. They are running the ball right at the Penn State.
Oh, never mind. I got 4 people.
They're going to try it again. This time stood up and dropped for a loss. And it was Amari Campbell, the leading tackler for Penn State, in on the hit, number 24.
Yeah, I saw Jack Ham, one of those linebacker you guys in the hallway at halftime, and he goes, it looks like we're playing in mud out there, you know, and that's type of Penn State linebacker play you expect. You run the ball up the middle, you see those middle linebackers making those plays.
So now UCLA huddles with a 13-point lead at the 10.5-minute mark, third quarter. If you told me I was going to be saying that at this point today, you probably would have thought I was a little bit off target. Iamaleava, Nico flushed, going to keep it, and stretches it out for a first down.
Oh, he made another Penn State secondary player miss him in the open field. Actually, I think it was Amari Campbell, number 24, that misses him right side of your screen. Nobody open, 24 runs out of it, and then watch Nico has to bail, and he makes Campbell miss on the play. Barely, doesn't even lay a hand on him.
Denied Dennis Sutton goes right around Nico on an 11-yard run for a first down.
Yeah, not bad, though, by Cortland Ford. I don't know if he had a hand on him or not, but he pushed him by.
Steered him by.
Yep. Another big, huge run on third down.
And picking his way for a couple is Thomas. Let's get more on Nico from Jenny.
Yeah, he's been through the ringer a bit in the media, and when I asked who he leans on, he said family, especially his little brother and Bruins teammate, Madden. And for perspective, he told me, football is just a game. Real adversity was watching my mom battle stage 4 breast cancer in 2020. Now, thankfully, she's cancer-free, but that outlook has really kept him grounded and grateful to be back here in California, guys.
Yeah, Gary asked him yesterday, is there anything you'd like to refute about your transfer from Tennessee? He just kind of smiled and said, nope. They're happy to be closer to home.
I'm happy to be home.
Yeah. I know the Tennessee fans don't feel that way that are watching, but anyway, he just wants to get a win, and he's part of the way to one, but he's going to go down on that sack by Amari Campbell again. The snap wasn't too great.
Yeah, I think this time Jim Knowles brings a kind of a fancy blitz. They bring 2 linebackers to the same side, and they drop the defensive end from the other side. A nice call from Jim Knowles, the longtime defensive coordinator for Penn State. He's in his first year, but of course he coordinated that Ohio State defense to the national championship just a year ago.
That was an 11-yard sack by Amari Campbell, and it forces third down and 19. Iamaleava in trouble, and he goes down back-to-back sacks by Penn State.
I'm just telling you, things change so fast in a football game.
Zane Duran and Dennis Sutton are there.
We might not have loved James Franklin's use of the clock at the end of the half on offense. I get that. But I did like the way he was composed and talked to Jamie about how we're fine with this, Jenny, about how he was fine with this football game. We go in and regroup, we're fine. You have to be, as a head coach, going into that locker room and not look panicked. Yeah, you can give them hell, but you got to know that you're in control of the game.
First UCLA punt of the day. They scored on every possession for the most part. And they just got it away, and it's blocked. And a touchdown, Penn State. Will Carroll throw took a little too long, and the Nittany Lions block it and score. What a turn of events.
I mean, it's right up the middle of the gut, right up there that it comes in untouched.
Denied Dennis Sutton. Finally, his name is called, and it comes at a very opportune time. Extra point coming up from Barker. Up and good. Boy, is this game taking a swing.
Just keep playing. It's a long football game. The pressure shifts quickly to the other side, especially if you're an underdog. You can feel them coming back. Untouched for the block.
Well, you Heismans are a little far from the house.
Sheriff Boz, what seems to be the problem?
I bet you it's the horse driving the car thing.
Bingo, Barry. Can he even see?
Not a lick.
Out of the car.
Here we go.
Dispatch, I got a horse behind the wheel.
What? The 295 horsepower Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek.
Jersey Mike's is now an official sponsor of the NFL.
Hold on! You're stealing my job!
I don't want to steal anything.
Lies! Eli's!
I just love these subs.
It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Aiden Hutchinson is still down. This doesn't look good.
I vowed to come back unbroken and finish what I started. What do you think I can learn from the U.S. Army and the Rangers? We can take things that we do in our mental preparation and translate that to how you attack next season. I'm just trying to see the play before the snap. What do you see? Looking at the formation, looking at the stances, and I know my move. You were built for this purpose. When your mind is unbreakable, you're unbeatable.
With Amica Auto Insurance, it's not just about where you're going, but who you go with. We're customer owned, and we look after what matters most to you. Together. Get your quote today.
Great. Wait, why is Danny DeVito fishing in here?
Oh, that doesn't matter. This is a Jersey Mike's commercial. So what matters most is your sub and that sub bowl. Don't tell anybody about my secret spot. Where the subs matter most. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Good news. Georgie and Mandy are still married.
Now you're all...
Why'd he take my money?
At least for now.
Do you want to hear my imitation of you?
No, man.
I didn't think so.
The new season's finally here. CBS October 16th.
Our aerial coverage of today's game provided by Goodyear. As you see the mountains around the Rose Bowl, and Liam Clifford, he hadn't had a reception today until that punt block bounced right into his hands, and he took it for the touchdown. And now midway through the third quarter, we got a whole different ball game.
Yeah, it was a special teams play that kind of jump-started UCLA. Good offense, good defense, everything's happened to the base. Good for the second half for Penn State.
9 years ago against Wisconsin, they came from more than 20 back to win a game. We'll see if they can do it again. Fsu set to kick. And he'll boom this one, and Frias will let it go. Next Saturday on CBS, we've got a big-time matchup in Eugene. Two of the most potent offenses in college football square off. It's 8th-ranked Indiana, number 2 Oregon. State Farm College football today gets us started at 2:30 Eastern next Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
My definition of pressure is expectations. coming into the game. UCLA's playing free and loose, no expectation. They're just having fun. Then they get up big. The expectations is they're going to win the game. All of a sudden it flips. UCLA is now feeling heavy pressure.
Even with the lead of 6. And tripped up. And the defense of Penn State with another good play by Chaz Coleman, the true freshman. Very little gain on this play.
Yeah, off the left defensive end, he just closes it down and makes the play, comes off the block, and does a good job. The true freshman Chaz Coleman, number 19.
Blitz coming. And the pass caught, but immediately the same guy makes the play.
I think King Mack that time was coming out of the secondary, number 16. Saw that crossing route, timed it perfectly. By the way, Jim Knowles again with that cross linebacker blitz. Same one that got the sack the previous time. In comes denied Dennis Sutton.
So at the beginning of the game and through the first half, everything was going right on third down for the Bruins. Now they get a tough one again, 3rd and 7. Iamaliava flushed out of the pocket. He'll use his legs again. And he's got a first down and a bunch more. A stiff ball. Nico still going. All the way down inside the 20-yard line. What a run by the Bruin quarterback. Kenny Wosley saved a touchdown.
If you don't think this guy is an elite athlete, watch him spin out of this play and again make a defensive back, a Penn State defensive back in the open field, run right away from him. 6'5", elusive and fast.
A 52-yard romp, a career-long run for Nico.
That's like the third one on 3rd and long that he has made a play that led in the other 2 times to 7 points.
He's at 124. And a first down at the 20. Back to the regular runners, and they're doing a good job as well. And this is going to be close to 10 yards for Jalen Berger. In fact, they might not have blown the whistle. He might have gotten the first down.
And it's this nice, nifty running right here. Squeezes through the hole provided by that offensive line. You pull the counter, nice block inside, springing him, gets into the secondary and just kind of weaves, keeps his eyes open, and a really positive play. Kind of a free down here now for UCLA.
They got it inside the 11-yard line.
I mean, you got probably 3 shots here to make the first down. You could take one.
They haven't moved the chains yet.
I think is it 2nd and short?
Yeah, 2nd down, less than a yard. And now they've got the first down at the 5-yard line.
I thought they'd do one of those play actions and try to steal a touchdown on 2nd and very short, but pick up the first down. Now it's goal to go. You can have all the strategies in the world, all the sound defenses, all the veteran coaches you want. A broken play by a quarterback is darn near impossible to stop.
Yeah, that 52-yarder was a big-time play, and the opposing quarterback wanting to get the ball back. His team down by 6. 2 tight ends set for the Bruins. At the 5-yard line, 1st and goal. Might be a free play here. And it's incomplete anyway.
I don't see anybody throwing a flag. Oh, there is one. Yep, yeah, you did. It is a free play. Offsides, Penn State.
Offside. Defense number 33, and a huge chance of snap. That position still remains. First down.
Denied Dennis Sutton is the guy that jumped.
Yeah, top of the screen right there in the middle. Last Penn State player. Watch him just, yep, that's enough. Snapped properly. And I believe that Nico knew he had a free play and tried to stick a touchdown in there.
So the ball just outside the 2.
Remember the easy running play when he sprinted into the end zone with behind the pulling guard.
In the shotgun. They were the last time he ran it into the end zone. From the 2.5. Into the pile for a yard or maybe more is Anthony Woods there at the 1-yard line. Wyatt Fisher made the stop. And as we approach 3 minutes, third quarter, UCLA in close again. From behind the defense of Penn State, Dominique DeLuca and company, and Amari Campbell. No Tony Rojas. Those two linebackers have had to carry the load today. Again in the gun, Iamaleava, and he's in again. Touchdown. Ball came out at the end, but he crossed the plane.
Yes, he spun and then reached it out across the line. The same running play he scored in the first half. I think Jalen Berger, number 0, got a key block on the play. Look at him put his head down, and then he'll turn around and reach it out across the line.
Right there.
Touchdown.
His second rushing touchdown of the day. He's the one that got him there. He's the one that got him in the end zone.
Again, Jalen Berger, number 0, had the good run, but he had the good block on that play. Looks like UCLA is signaling they're going to go for 2. Try to make it a 14-point game.
They got an extra lineman in for this 2-point attempt. And again, Iamaleava is going to be in the shotgun. Anthony Woods flanks with him there. Now they empty the backfield. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right, including the tight end in the slot. And now flag and a false start.
Now you got to go extra point, don't you?
Yeah, I would think so.
Offense number 72, 5-yard penalty.
You got to kick it now, and they are.
Dieter Grorio, the left tackle, is the one that flinched.
Yeah, he's right guard. I think he's lined up on this play, Ness, right here.
Oh.
Yep, there he is. That's the flinch. Yep.
Tim Skipper says, dang it. There went the 2-point attempt. And so instead, Latin Bagani for the point after. And it's up and good. A 75-yard drive, but the big play, a 52-yard romp by Nico. That got him down close. He did the honors himself. Second rushing touchdown of the day. And it's the Bruins 34-21.
I'm not really one for the spotlight, but there is some gravy to be had. You know, I always seem to get primo parking. But you don't have to be a VIP to get more than just savings with Geico. Every customer gets tip-top service with 24/7 fast, friendly claim support.
I never do this, but could I get a picture?
Yeah, it's not like you run into animal celebrities every day.
Stop! It's Doug the Pug! Doug!
I stand corrected.
I literally never do this.
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
With Prime Big Deal Days coming October 7th and 8th, greatness is a deal away.
Just bust the mold.
Shop deals up to 40% off this Prime Big Deal Days.
Being a champion means knowing when to work and when to reward myself. Strawberry mango. This is amazing. And with my active cash credit card from Wells Fargo, I earn a limited 2% cash rewards on purchases.
Really? You call this a workout?
I'm just taking a little break. Then I'll get back after it.
I'm messing with you. Actually, that looks really good.
Make it 2. With the active cash credit card from Wells Fargo, I earn a limited 2% cash rewards on purchases. Terms apply.
Domino's Best Deal Ever is back. Any hand-tossed, pan, thin crust, or New York-style pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Last time you got
Sausage, bacon,
chicken, spinach,
beef, buffalo sauce.
What are you going to get this time? Get Domino's $9.99 Best Deal Ever before it's gone.
Welcome to Visible, the ultimate wireless hack. It's one line, powered with unlimited data on Verizon's 5G network for just $25 a month. Stream, scroll, browse, and connect with great coverage, plus unlimited hotspot included. That's a top-tier network at a budget-friendly cost. But you already knew all that. didn't you? Visible. Live in the know.
Adam Zucker with a Jeep update. Get to know the electric Maryland quarterback Malik Washington. First FBS quarterback to win his first 4 career games with at least 250 passing yards in all of them since Phillip Rivers in 2000. Maryland looking like they could go to 5-0 today, up 20-0 on Washington. We'll visit UCLA in a couple weeks, guys.
All right, Zook, thank you here. 34-21. Jenny's got an injury up there, I think, for us.
Yeah, Bruins right tackle Ruben Unije. He got a little banged up on Nico's last touchdown. He was out when they went for the extra point, walked over to the bench with a slight limp. Trainers looking at that left leg, the knee area. I'll update you when I have more.
All right, Jenny, thank you. He's trying to work it out over there on the sideline with some ice. 34-21. That last drive, 75 yards in 7 plays. And as we said, the big one was Nico's 52-yard run.
I think Jim Knowles needs to think on 3rd down. He's got to produce a spy on that. He cannot let that keep happening on 3rd and long.
And this one hits the end zone. And touchback, bring it out to the 25-yard line for Penn State. Tonight at 7 Eastern over on CBS Sports Network. Catch a double dose of Mountain West action. First up, Wyoming hosting undefeated UNLV, followed by Nevada taking on Fresno State. Here's the 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's not like Drew Eller's, not showing up here, but he has to keep producing at that high efficiency rate. Still, every play in the playbook. No hurry here for Penn State.
You take away that long pass play to Dinkins, though, and there isn't much passing yardage to show for number 15. Here he was looking for a long one, and now he's going to run for a long one. Still going. Got about 20 out of it.
Yeah, that's all you really need to do. I mean, yes, the 50-yarders are nice, but when you're a gunslinging quarterback, 10 for 12, if you can just make the defense play honest against you.
They go tempo after that 20-yard gain by Aller. They get about 3 or 4 from Nick Singleton. And again, Penn State will go no huddle at the 48-yard line. 2nd down and 7. Blitz coming off the corner. The run goes the other way, but a nice job to stand up. Nick Singleton, he did get about 2 or 3 out of it, though. And it's 3rd down.
Was that Jalen Woods, number 9, that wrapped him up? That was a nice, high, tough tackle that time by Jalen Woods.
3rd down and 5.
The 2 true freshmen are in right now. Juju Walls and Scott Taylor, 41 and 20, are at the defensive end spots.
Both very fast, according to Kevin Coyle, the defensive coordinator. And they'll keep it on the ground. Not a first down, though. Singleton about a yard or a yard and a half shot.
Yeah, this is a no-brainer right now. Penn State just has to cut their wheel on this next play. You got to challenge those offensive linemen that we got to have this first down.
Penn State is 8 of 11 coming in on 4th down conversions this year. This is a big one. Obviously, trailing by 13. 0 for 1 today from 4th down. And this time they've got it. Down inside the 40-yard line. First down, Nittany Lions.
Big overloaded to the left side, came out with a quick snap. Walk up there and snap the ball. Let your big offensive lineman get into somebody's shoulder pads and start to push it. Good job by the tight end that time. Luke Reynolds turned his end man.
Aller now back to the air. Maybe. Maybe not. He'll keep it. Aller, another big run, close to 10, and another first down.
What game was it, Nesta? Was it the Minnesota game or the USC game when 4th quarter that Drew had a couple long runs like that to keep drives alive?
I think he might have had in both games, to be honest with you. He got 10. First down. Might be the final play of the 3rd quarter from the 30-yard line. Singleton.
Nice play by that defense.
Isaiah Chisholm from the backside with a tackle to end quarter number 3. If you're just joining us and you're going, what in the heck is going on in Pasadena? We've got 15 minutes to figure it out. Hope you stay with us.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. With Skyrizi, feel symptom relief at 4 weeks. Many people were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 3 years.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Skyrizi.
If you keep making that face, it's going to stay like that.
I'm trying to get my own car insurance.
USAA. Grandpa was in the military. He shared membership with your mom so she could share with you. Easy.
USAA. Check if you're eligible today.
How does Fresh Pet make healthy food for dogs? The same way you make healthy food for people. Harvest fresh, ship it fresh, and craft it into recipes that are vet developed and protein packed. Because your dog deserves fresh, healthy food just like you. Fresh Pet, healthy food fresh from the fridge.
It's so loud in here. Oh man, this is awesome. Oh my goodness!
Dear Friday, let's put good times in gear. We've got power tailgates to power game days. And a trailer backup guide that's the champ of the brand. Heck, we might even cancel Monday. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, lease a new Tacoma for just $269 a month, or get 2.99% APR financing for a full 72 months on a new Tundra. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
We need to move into clean power. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg, but if you're a good person, you'll do it.
Unbelievable. Talk about out of touch. I'm Jack Chittarelli. Politicians like Mikey Sherrill and Phil Murphy just don't get it. They're making New Jersey unaffordable, especially for the middle class. We need a change. My plan brings down property taxes, lowers electricity bills, and cuts your income taxes. Because you should keep more of what you earn. It's time to fix New Jersey. When I'm governor, we will.
This is Tori. Today, she's helping Shell provide reliable energy for Americans. Progress at Shell is also up here. It's sustainable aviation fuel, powering partners like Delta Airlines. And even here, when AI computing runs hot, Shell's immersion fluids cool it down. Today and tomorrow, Shell is powering everybody forward. Space that adapts. Clarity that keeps you focused. And style that grabs hold. Welcome to the Genesis GB80. Get the GB80 for 2.99% APR for 60 months. Exclusively at your tri-state Genesis retailers.
Lonnie Quinn with your first alert weather on CBS News New York.
The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS. We head into the fourth quarter in Pasadena. And the Bruins, 34-21 leaders over the number 7 team in the country. Both teams trying to win their first Big Ten game of the year. Time with the lead. Penn State hasn't had it. And UCLA coming in had never led at any point of the first 4 games of the season. And they've had the lead for over 40 minutes. But we still got 15 to go. Katron Allen behind Drew Aller. They fake it to him. Aller in trouble. Late throw, wobbly and incomplete. The intended for Kyron Hudson.
Excuse me, nice job by Cole Martin that time, the free safety. He sees the crosser right here. Drew Aller steps up in the pocket, but the crossing route is taken away. Drew thinks he's going to go deep. He has to cut it off short. That is good defense by the safety, forcing the reroute from the slot receiver.
A 3rd down and 9 coming up for the Nittany Lions.
They brought the 2 youngsters in to rush the passer.
Reynolds, the tight end, settles in the slot. Aller looked like he wanted to run from the get-go. And he does, and he's got the first down and more. All the way down inside the 2-yard line.
7-man safety blitz. Everybody coming on the play.
On 3rd down and long, and Aller, number 15, takes it all the way down to the 1 yard line, or just inside the 2.
Cole Martin, the guy that just made the play, missed the tackle.
Patron Allen touchdown. Penn State.
You can't draw up any better for a defensive coordinator. You got a free shot at the quarterback for Penn State. They miss it. Every yard of this drive was on the ground for Penn State. They were calling passes, but they did not connect any.
And most of those ground yards were the quarterback until number 13 got his hands on it and into the end zone for the second time today.
100%. He had 30 yards going into that last gain. Runs it down there. They had him dead in the pocket on the play, and they missed the tackle.
Ryan Barker in for the point after. It's a one-possession game already. It's going to be a 6-point game if he hits this extra point. And we got a long way to go. Point after is good.
One possession game, but again, a scramble by the quarterback. Nico did it. Here's the free safety. He's got a free shot on the quarterback. Comes in, unblocked, misses the tackle.
And on 3rd down and 9, Drew Allard takes it 27 yards. Got it close, then gave it to Katron Allen, who scores for the second time today. What a finish we're going to have in Pasadena.
Ram loves college football. They're both all about power, performance, and muscle. So I wrote a Ram fight song. What the? That's not it. I do love this song, though. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past, and I'm homebound. And I need you, and I miss you, and now
And Doug.
Are you here for Tracy?
We're here for everyone. Limo and I help people save hundreds by customizing car insurance with Liberty Mutual.
We ordered a limo, not a limo.
Oh yeah, we do that too.
The limo?
At your service. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
At IHG Hotels and Resorts, you can guest a guest. You simply arrive or make an entrance at Intercontinental Hotels. Enjoy the local scenery without leaving your hotel indigo. Stick to the agenda. Or experience something unexpected at Kimpton Hotels. Choose from 20 IHG hotel brands and earn points for free nights with IHG One Rewards.
And we're underway in Pasadena. Nico's got the first down and more.
5 to the 3, stretching to the pylon, punches that football out of the pylon. They're going to say, touchdown, UCLA! Your kickoff, and it's going to be an onside, and the Bruins will scramble and get it. It's Allen, left side, breaks the tackle with 10, near quarter 5, touchdown, Penn State. They come out and they block it. It's picked up at the 6-yard line, into the end zone, touchdown. Cars his way in there. Touchdown, UCLA.
That's a look at our IHG Hotels and Resorts game recap. Nico Iamaleava having an unbelievable day. Brad Nessler, Gary Anderson, Jenny Dell. I think if you'd told me one of the quarterbacks would lead his team in rushing today, I might say it would be Nico. I didn't know what Drew Aller was going to do.
That seems almost possible. A 75-yard drive all on the ground, but 57 of those yards by Drew Aller on the ground, all called pass plays that he scrambled on.
And now with this much time left, anything's possible.
Anything's possible. You got it. A one-score game. Penn State scrambling to stay alive and not be embarrassed. Stay in the hunt for a playoff spot.
UCLA will bring it out to the 25-yard line. Look at our Bruin mascot from the AT&T Pylon Cam, just chilling on a beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky, in Pasadena at the Rose Bowl. And we got 14:26 to go.
Yeah, just amazing, this Penn State team, the way they've rallied in the second half. Remember, the finish of that first half was so bad.
Right.
Go into the locker room, they come out, get refocused, and put this into a game that they can still win.
Iamaleava in the shotgun. And he will run it here, but he's going to lose a yard. And a nice play by Amari Campbell. How many stops has that guy had today?
Yeah, this was a nice read by Amari this time. Reads the fake all the way. He's playing the quarterback. Do you blame him? I'm playing quarterback if I'm a linebacker right now.
Their leading tackler coming in, and nothing has changed here today for number 24. Iamaleava goes halfway over to the bench and now settles back in the gun, and he's under the gun. Blitz coming, and here he goes. Nico, another long run, still going. That's about 25 more, isn't it?
I'll tell you, it is so dangerous. You go man-to-man coverage against this guy, and you don't get the quarterback right away. I mean, he's in open space. I mean, it's like watching Vince Young as he gets out of the pocket right here.
Vince Young had a pretty good game here at one point.
Yes, he did.
Won a national championship.
Yep.
So another 26-yard romp for number 9.
I mean, if you're going to play man-to-man, I think you've got to spy. I mean, Ohio State put on a clinic against Devon Williams last week, the quarterback from Washington, by spying on him. They've got nobody assigned to the quarterback.
At midfield, there's the numbers on Nico. Sensational game. Now they grind out about 6 more for Javion Thomas.
Yeah, those are the plays that are shocking me. This offensive line for UCLA, giving those running plays right at him, right into the teeth of this Penn State defensive line. Blocking well up front. Zane Durant that time blocked pretty well by the duo block from the center and the guard. Right at this defense.
Coming in, the Bruins that average 124 yards rushing a game. Nico's got that many by himself.
Jeez. On nearly all of them uncalled pass plays, though.
2 tight ends here at the 44-yard line, 2nd down and 4. And he wanted to take off again, got back to the line of scrimmage, but he brought down by Zane Durant off that defensive line.
When you're rushing a quarterback that leaves the pocket when he thinks he can get yards, you have to be able to retrace if you're one of those defensive tackles. That's exactly what Zane Durant does. Can't get there, retrace, and look for that quarterback coming up the middle.
And now 3rd down and 4 for the Bruins. With 11 and a half minutes remaining in regulation. 3 wide out group for Iamaleava as he takes a look at that Penn State defense. The throw is on target, and it's a 1st down, and it's Mikey Matthews.
I'll tell you, 9 for 12. UCLA is on 3rd down. The inside slot of the 3 goes across the line. Ball led perfectly, and the catch by Matthews.
They came in 31% on their 3rd down conversions through 4 losses, and as Gary said, they're putting on a 3rd down clinic right now. Nine for 12, 20 first downs, clock running, 10:45 to go. Two backs. And it'll be the second one spinning through, and that's Jalen Berger, who got about 5 quick yards.
Yeah, Zachy Wheatley that time came from the secondary, hit that play head on. But a good job by the lead black to take him on just enough. I think it was Anthony Frias that got that block on that play.
It was. So a good gain on the ground. They'll give him 4. We'll call it 2nd down and 6 as we approach 10 minutes. UCLA taking their time in the huddle. The snap will come with less than 10 to go. 5 runs, 1 pass in this drive so far. Iamaleava in trouble again. Nico throws late and overshot his intended receiver, who was Quasi Gilmer.
I think that time it was DeLuca that came off and forced Nico to throw that ball off the scramble. Let's see if it's number 0. It is. Number 0 comes up almost in a spy technique and forces the throw, the errant throw.
And he didn't have anything on that one. He had to go over DeLuca, and then on his release, just kind of fluttered out there, incomplete.
Let's see if Jim Knowles in Penn State comes after the quarterback here, trying to get him out of field goal range. A field goal is huge here.
They're down at 6. Got Anthony Woods in the backfield with him. They'll move the tight end. It's Woods straight up the gut. Stumbled, he's short of the first down.
It's close. They did come with the late blitz right at the end. It's going to be about a half yard to a yard short.
Wheatley's the guy that got him low, and he spins and rolls, but it's 4th down.
Hey, you're the interim head coach. You go for it on 4th and 1, don't you?
I love it.
You got it.
4th down and a yard. And they jumped. They got him. It was Durant, I think.
That's the second time the second clap was going to be live. They went on the first clap, and the second time Penn State has given them the first down.
Here's the call.
Offside. Defense. First of the game. Not for penalty results. The first down.
It was Zane Durant. Right there. And that's a fired up offense. And some good cadence by the quarterback.
And that accomplishes 2 goals. But you, if worst case, closer to field goal range, but also eats another 2 minutes off the clock.
Right. They take their time in the huddle. We're going to be under 9 minutes on the snap.
This is the trouble.
Maliaba, that's a direct snap. He moved over. They direct snap it to Anthony Woods.
Damn, USC. They were going to score. UCLA is moving over Penn State. Look what Penn State's record is. They're getting dogs along.
To the right, and then it was Wild Bruin.
I bet his dad gave him this play maybe 10 years ago, and he's been ready to call it, waiting for his chance. A little late shift, a late wildcat, and there he breaks into the open.
17 yards. What a call, what a play.
That's the call of the game so far.
And Anthony Woods is the guy that took it down the sideline before he shoved out. And it's 1st and goal. From the 8-yard line. And this time, Dennis Sutton denies any gain on the play. It's going to be a loss.
It almost looked like Iamaleava that time was trying to get the ball out and keep it. But Dennis Sutton comes down. He's reading that play. It looked to me like he wanted to get the ball out. He turned around almost like it was a fumble on the play.
Under 8 minutes now. 6-point game. The Bruins have backed out outside, I should say, the 10-yard line. 2nd down and goal.
Clock's running down.
Be 7.5 at the snap. And keep it on the ground. Powering down to about the 7 is Javian Thomas. And that's 3rd down and goal.
Just remember the value of a field goal here makes it a 9-point game.
And you can tell that the wheels are turning in that man's head and that man's as well. 3rd down and goal.
I like a rollout here. Keeping the ball in the quarterback, your best player's hands. If it's there, if it's wide open, throw it. But if not, run the ball and kick the field goal.
They've got it spread out. 3 wideouts and a tight end. 3rd and goal at the 7. Iamaleava scans the field. Nico's going to take off. Nico to the end zone. Touchdown.
You mentioned Vince Young on this field to win the game. A play just like this in the other end zone. On 4th down, he kept it and scored the touchdown. Almost exactly the same type of play.
And it gave Mac Brown a national championship. In this case, it could maybe give UCLA some hope for the future and their first win of the year.
I almost said this feels bigger. I know that would be stupid to say.
It's fun, though.
I know. Trust your quarterback on that play. They trusted him, and he came through.
Going for two, a big shift to both sides. Empty backfield. Yamagava, Nico, look out. Got away, throws low. Touchdown, Quasi Gilmer, I should say, 2-point conversion.
Holy cow, he got hit at the end of that play. A spin out. I think it was Alonzo Ford that hit him. There's been a lot of great plays by this quarterback for UCLA. But this play right here, a spin out and then getting his eyes redirected downfield, and watch him take this hit by DeLuca.
And he throws a dart to Gilmer. And here's the shot that he's going to take that Gary's talking about. A big hit by DeLuca, a big 2-point conversion by the Bruins. First, it was a 7-yard run on 3rd and goal for Iamaleava. Then a 2-point conversion. 75-yard drive, 42-28 Bruins.
Introducing Subway's new Fresh Fit menu. Lots of protein, tasty sauce, all under 500 calories. Keep moving with Subway's new Fresh Fit menu. Subway, eat fresh, feel good.
Direct eye contact. Confident. Paul, engaged. Kind of creepy.
Happy Monday.
It's an old school power move. The real power move? Having smart tools that'll keep up with changing trade rules.
Liz, we gotta get that Malaysian customs thing sorted.
Figured it out with FedEx. It shipped. Anything else?
FedEx, the new power move.
Hey, my treat today. I don't think they'll take that here. Of course they take Discover. You're stuck in the past. Unlike me. You look rad.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide.
Totally.
All right. Same thing?
Yep. This is our year.
You know, if getting AT&T's best deal on the new iPhone 17 Pro without needing the most expensive plan taught me anything, it's that switching things up can be a good call. So how about we try something that's timeless?
Oh yeah. Good call. Ooh. Get the all-new iPhone 17 Pro on us. Designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet. Most expensive plan not required.
The Home Depot Big Ten on CBS is sponsored by FedEx. AT&T. State Farm. And by Subway. Before we're done here, we'll have the play of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs. And it might just be the trick play we saw a couple minutes ago.
Boy, that's got to put you, if you're Penn State and you're looking like, what the heck is going on? They just shifted the quarterback, and by the time you refocus, you got the ball down the sideline, and then on 3rd down, again, they get it in the end zone. Another 3rd down scramble.
Jerry Neuheisel and his dad in our studio. And that play calling moniker might change to offensive coordinator by Monday morning.
Absolutely. I mean, Rick Neuheisel might need a shower here after this game.
2-score game, 6:41 to go. Penn State has got all their timeouts remaining, but they're down 2 touchdowns. And
just as he let it go, everybody's going to help that guy up.
No kidding.
Just think about everything that's been said about this guy, you know, and he's coming through and playing like this. Give him all the credit in the world. Just toned it all out.
You know, we've seen just about week in and week out really great quarterback play in the Big Ten. Nothing's been better than this one.
Absolutely not.
So now Drew Aller and company has a sense of urgency for sure. Drew sidearmed it, or now he's going to run with it. And he's still running.
Unbelievable. He saw the kind of almost flat screen pass covered, so he just tucked it and turned it the other way.
I can't believe he could pull this ball back in. I thought it was coming out of his hand.
Number one receiver was covered. He had a little bit of a slip screen going on there. Wasn't there?
Well, he's got 11 yards and continues to be their leading rusher. This one he gets out to Katron Allen trying to do some open field running. And Katron got about 8. And we're going to be under 6 minutes on the next snap.
All 2-minute offense. All hurry up for the rest of the football game for Penn State.
And whistle.
And I think UCLA has 12 men out there.
Greg Blum will have our call.
Pretty sure 12 men on the field.
There's no foul for 12 players in the defense because prior to the snap, not all 11 players for Penn State were sent before the snap. That's a false start.
There we go.
5-yard penalty, second down.
Goes the other way.
Yeah, so the back judge threw 12 men on the field, and there were, but Penn State saw it and snapped it too quickly.
They tricked themselves a little bit there. Penalty yards relatively even. Aller fires complete to tight end Reynolds. And Luke is still going, holding on to the football as they're trying to rip it away from him.
You're like this. Every second, every yard counts. The defense is trying to hold to the less than a first down so the clock doesn't stop.
First down at the 44, the Bruins. Aller, he's going to run again. And got about 8 yards before he steps out of bounds. Clock stopped, 5:27 to go.
Yeah, it'll restart though.
Aller, that's a first down, but a big hit. Key Lawrence, and he keyed in on the tight end and made the stop, but it's a first down.
It did. Clock will stop quickly, move the chains, and then it'll restart. Penn State ready to go.
On the ground, Katron Allen trying to weave his way through traffic, gets it close to the 27. Scott Taylor made the stop there. We're under 5 minutes to go. Aller throws to the outside. Out of a back shoulder toss intended for Ross, incomplete.
Penn State has substituted and allows UCLA to get fresh bodies out on the field. They were sucking wind trying to rush the passer. A lot more energy to rush the passer than it is to pass block for the passer.
They're down at 4. 2-down territory here with 4:40 to go. 50% so far for the Nittany Lions today on third down. That's Dinkins, the tight end, in motion. Aller, quick throw to the middle. That's the first down and more. And it's Trevor Pena. First down, Nittany Lions. They move the sticks.
That middle screen to the wide receiver. Everybody has this play. Remember in college football, those linemen can go downfield.
So in the red zone at the 15. Aller to the end zone. Overshot his intended receiver, Kyron Hudson. Good coverage on Hudson over there.
It was. I think it was Roger Pleasant that time, number 18. Kind of had his hands on him, but didn't really give him good blood.
Lawrence was coming over from his safety spot to help out.
Nice composure on this 2-minute or 4-minute drive, or whatever you want to call it, by Penn State. Hurry when they had to, calm down when they don't.
Carried him 60 yards so far to the 15-yard line. Aller now the fade to the corner, and it's caught. Touchdown, Hudson. Perfect throw to Kyron Hudson, and 15-yard touchdown.
You said it, because the defense was right in his hip pocket, exactly the way it's taught. Kyron does a good job, just a little bit of a shove, not too much. Gets away with it, but a perfect throw. And Jordan had not much you can do with a throw like that.
Nope. So And now the extra point coming up from Ryan Barker.
One of those three transfer receivers come through. Kyron, who played at USC a year ago, transfers here and comes through. What a drive by Penn State. Penn State came within 6 twice, but UCLA answered both times, and they needed the points.
They're going to come within 7 on that extra point, which is good. 42-35. 75-yard drive in 2.5 minutes. 10 plays capped by a perfect throw from Aller to Hudson. It's not over in Pasadena.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the experience of this trainer,
Good to go.
but getting that trainer.
Megan Trainer. I'm all about that brace. No trouble. Give me your arm.
No, it's not for that.
Who are you?
Patrick, I play football.
This is Patrick, everyone. Give it up for Patrick. He does sports.
So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Why is no one clapping?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I reward full-time fans. Check out this recruit. The conductor can single-handedly hype up the crowd. This full-time fan deserves a Modelo.
Cantina chicken bowl with that slow roasted chicken.
So what do two dudes do in LA for fun? Shout out to Taco Bell for being my go-to source of protein.
In the V6-powered Nissan Frontier, catch 600 pounds of cargo on the fly. Not that you would, but you could. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality.
Today, the best mobile network in the U.S. is T-Mobile. You see millions of real customers testing the networks, and T-Mobile sort of opened a can of whoop-up. So text an instant talk and say, you won't believe where I am. Seriously, where am I?
The NFL International Games roll on to Monday. Vikings, Browns. It's Sunday morning football. Sunday at 9:30 Eastern on NFL Network.
I'm going to spend the rest of my career protecting my father's mission. You don't quit. Thank you. That's what my dad would do.
Fire Country returns Friday, October 17th on CBS Premier Week.
Don't miss the back-to-back season premieres of Matlock and Elsbeth. And new on Sunday, October 12th, kicking off CBS Premier Week and streaming on Paramount+. What a game at the Rose Bowl today.
Yeah, both teams have really answered the bell in the second half. Penn State obviously coming from behind, but UCLA answering the pressure all game. They got to do it again, though. Obviously, Penn State 3 timeouts and the 2-minute timeout. UCLA needs probably 3 first downs to get out of the game. And it depends how quick they hit them.
Fsu will have to re-tee.
They're playing onside kick. They're almost forcing Penn State to kick the ball deep. I would pooch it deep because there's only one guy back there. There's a lot of space between the 30-yard line and the goal line.
There sure is. Let's see how they play it.
Look at all that. One guy covering, from the 30-yard line to the goal line, 53 yards wide. There's the pooch. There's the pooch.
It goes right to the return man on the 15-yard line.
Made it easy on him.
Well, it's been 16 straight losses to top 10 teams. The last time UCLA won one in 2010 was Rick Neuheisel's team, a win over 7th-ranked Texas. UCLA rushed for 264 yards, including a 11-yard touchdown by Jonathan Franklin. And quarterback Kevin Prince and the Bruins won 34-12 over Mac Brown and the Longhorns. By the way, the Nittany Lions have won 34 straight against unranked opponents. that sets the stage for you.
UCLA has only passed for 8 yards in the second half. You got to force them to throw the ball.
They run it here, and they got a big gainer again. Got about 7 for Javion Thomas.
Iamaleava is 2 for 5 for 8 yards in the second half. The running game is what they've leaned on. Albeit out of the quarterback scramble, I get it, but they have not forced UCLA to throw the ball. I'm going man-to-man to the spy and saying, you got to throw the ball to beat me.
Remember I said earlier, UCLA's averaged 124 yards a game on the ground. Not today. Second down and 4.
Well, they're all up there. It's almost a goal line defense.
And banging his way down about a yard from the first down. Javion Thomas, it's 3rd down and 1. And kind of a long one, in fact.
Remember, because of the fair catch, if the ball touches the line, it's like the goal line. It can be reviewed because they know where the first down line is. It's the 35.
They're going to be in the shotgun, though. So here comes the throw, wide open in the flat. Oh, boy, he fell out.
It was not a perfect throw.
Anthony Woods is to be 4th down at about 1.5 feet.
It was not a perfect throw. When you ask those running backs to spin and catch those back hip throws, they get discombobulated, and the spin was just short, less than a half a yard for the first down.
And they're going for it. 4th down at about the length of the football.
Well, I'm going for it, aren't you?
Yeah, we said that earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'd be in the shotgun.
Snap.
But
no!
Penn State will take over. Zachy Wheatley, I think, was one of the first guys there. Denied Dennis Sutton.
I would try the fake snap at least. They did not. They went quick snap.
I just don't like the shotgun in this situation where you got a length of the football to go. I know that's your best player. I get it.
Well, they stopped the run game.
Penn State takes over with a chance to tie or win.
Behind every DIY
is more help than you think.
Try this hurricane line.
Nice.
Sometimes help
is delivered. And some things have just got to go.
Don't worry, these will go quick.
I wonder if I can link 2 books together.
Perfect. Because do it yourself
doesn't have to mean
all by yourself.
What are you working on?
don't hurt him, Kev. Oh, I'm dripped up. Got the new iPhone 17 Pro and Verizon picked up the tab on the best 5G network, baby.
No way.
Handsome and hilarious.
No way.
I know. You found me in person.
No way.
Wait, who's about the iPhone? Come on.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us on the best 5G network.
That's real nice. I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check if doing the Georgia bark at my boss would be appropriate. Go, dogs!
Yeah. So we need...
It's not. Checking Allstate first was smart. Barking at my boss, dumb. At least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds.
Hey, Bark Boy.
These guys are crazy.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is now available with the all-new Big QP, fries, bottomless chips and salsa, and a bottomless drink, all for just $10.99. So if you're McDone with tiny, overpriced burgers, just come to Chili's. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Over the years, I've grown as an artist. I found my sound. I have kids at home. See, their mama is out there following her dreams.
From the world of fire country, get ready for big drama in a small town. Morena Baccarin stars in a new series, Sheriff Country. Friday, October 17th, as part of CBS Premiere Week.
Yes, you didn't like the shotgun. I didn't like who they ran the ball at. They run the ball at the two best players for Penn State, Denida Sutton and Zane Durant. Look at the push that those two players get inside on this play. They blow it up before it gets started, cleaned up from the secondary, and I wonder if Coach Skipper thought this ball was going to get snapped on this play, because he's looking at him with the clock and he's going, what happened? Weren't we going to...
For 2 minutes, I should say, and 3 times.
Oh, offside, Penn State. They're pointing to UCLA.
Illegal snap. Offense for 53. 5-yard penalty.
They nicked
Nick Dawkins.
Yep. Did he wiggle that football? There's movement on the left side. Yeah, it was an illegal snapping. People were not moving. He forgot the ball in his hands as he brings it back.
Penn State has scored 3 consecutive touchdowns. They need one more with 2 minutes to go. Aller under center. The play fake. He's flushed out of the pocket again. He'll run again, but he didn't get as much this time. Got about 4. Jalen Woods made the tackle.
This time it was 3 against 1. He wasn't going to get out of this one.
Quick throw to the outside to Nick Singleton. Singleton weaving his way past the first down marker. And that's Nicholas Singleton's biggest play of the day so far.
When you have numbers, you throw the ball out there. Good formation, good quick recognition by the quarterback. 3-on-2. 2 blockers and a running back. That's the best you can have.
And now the line of scrimmage is a 17-yard line. .135 remaining in regulation. In the pistol, Aller and Singleton. That's Luke Reynolds, the motion man, the tight end. Aller throws, end zone just a little bit high for Reynolds.
Nice move by Reynolds, the tight end. Great athlete. Watch him go stutter and go right around him. Beats him cleanly that time. You got a great matchup inside against John Vaughn, the inside linebacker. That's the perfect matchup you want if you're the quarterback. Your athletic tight end against an inside linebacker.
Second down and 10. From the 17. Drew Aller's going to keep it on the ground to Singleton. And UCLA's got it all wrapped up. He doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Jacob Busick, one of the first guys there. Clock running. Aller throws short to Reynolds, and he's got it down to the 10.
Now let's see what you're going to do on 4th down. You take a timeout. This is the play of the game. You got a defense that's breathing hard. You usually try to run a play.
It's about 2.5 yards for a first down. Extra tight ends for the Nittany Lions.
Take a late timeout if you're UCLA. Yes, use as much clock as you can and take your timeout. Good job by Coach Skipper on that play. Walking down there, he knows, this works. Even if they score, they got time to come back and kick a field goal.
So a big 4th down upcoming. As we remind you, still to come, Adam, Aaron, Rick, if he still hasn't had a heart attack, and BJ share their insights on this one and bring you the day's best highlights on the U.S. Army postgame show. The last 0-4 or worse team to beat a top 10 opponent, I think Zook told you at halftime, 40 years ago. UTEP over BYU.
So what do you call here? If you're Andy Bolinicki, you don't have that running quarterback that you can depend upon. Like Nico, you make it a passing play with your quarterback.
It's an empty backfield right now, so if it's a run, it's going to be Drew Aller. Well, now Singleton joins him. Penn State 1 out of 2 on 4th down today. This is the play of the game. And it is going nowhere. The Bruins have stopped the Nittany Lions, and they will upset the number 17 in the country.
It was a pull and a quarterback keep, and Scooter Jackson went with the quarterback all the way. They were going to make the sweep, and watch. Drew Eller is going to keep it, but he runs right into the tackle. What a play. The hope for Penn State is they have all 3 timeouts left.
And Scooter Jackson looked more like a Harley Davidson on that one.
Game not over. 3 timeouts. And remember, they've already blocked the punt.
Scooter gets a big hug from his quarterback on the sideline, and Skipper with his reaction. In the shotgun, on the ground, loss of a couple. Timeout comes quickly. 34 seconds left, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
Buy the Old Spice NFL collection.
Buy the Old Spice NFL collection.
No, like this. Old Spice NFL collection.
Old Spice NFL collection.
Old Spice NFL collection.
Old Spice NFL collection.
Okay.
CBS begins with Matlock and NCIS Origins. And it's an all-new 48 hours tonight on CBS. I don't even think Matlock saw this game coming.
No, that's for sure.
All right, 2 timeouts left for Penn State, 34 seconds.
Somebody's got to be looking for this quarterback on every play.
Oh, the ball is bobbled, but
oh.
And Javion Thomas almost dropped it.
Oh, cow. How about the pass to the running back in the flat that could have maybe ended this football game? Now a quick pitch that almost was a disaster.
I think it's 3rd down.
I think UCLA will go into this huddle and discuss whether if it's another quick stop, they should go for a safety and try to kill 6 or 8 seconds. Hey, do they really want to punt out of their own end zone here? So if they kill, let's say, 3, 4, 5 seconds on this next run, get it to 26, let's say 25, and if they can take 5 seconds off on a safety where the punt man runs around in the end zone and steps out, and then they get a free kick.
That's not a bad idea.
It's a danger because you put a touchdown, you lose the game, but at this point, I think you have to put that in your playbook and think about that.
There's a lot of wheels turning. Liamayama in the gun on 3rd down and 11. Run straight up the middle. And the whistle blows at 25 seconds.
So let's suppose on this punt they run around and take a safety and kill 7 seconds. I think that's what I would do.
We're back in 30 seconds.
Oh, you want to put the heavier items on the bottom. Let's let him do his job. Right. Young homeowners love to get involved with everything.
Latte for Jan?
We got a latte for Jan.
Remember, you don't work here.
Latte for Jan?
Ooh, I think the chicken marsala. Ooh, I would not have that.
Julie?
Jan, Jan as in January.
Canned goods, OJ, root beer, then probably sandwich cookies.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Could be Jan, I guess. Jan?
Those 3 plays, Gary, took 12 seconds. There's 25 left in regulation.
Let's see if they take the safety or not. Punter's in the game.
That's Will Carroll, who's already had one blocked for a touchdown by Liam Clifford. And he's going to do what Gary said, as much time as possible. Waiting, out the back of the end zone.
Well, Penn State had no one rushing the punter. They did not come after the punter. They gave him an extra, I'd say, 5 seconds on the play. They did not anticipate this. Watch this. Nobody rushes. They're just standing there.
So he got to take 8 seconds before he just backpedals out of the end zone.
Not anticipated. Penn State did not anticipate that safety call from UCLA.
Now you got a free kick coming up. Penn State out of timeouts. Strategy. So far.
I know, but you throw it into the end zone and alley-oop for a touchdown. You'd say, all right, that didn't work. Sometimes the right strategy is debatable. I like it, though. That's what I would have done.
And that's what you called, and you were correct. I think they've got teams on the wrong end, don't they?
Yeah, they were switching for some reason.
I don't know. Maybe they're anticipating overtime.
No.
Let's bring it back to the other end where it makes more sense. The free kick will come from the 20. James Franklin making sure he's got 11 guys out there.
I don't even know if overtime is possible. If they score, it'll be a win.
Martin Bagani. It'll be a free kick by the kicker. Sometimes you can use the punter as well. But he's got a big leg. And he's going to try to use it right here.
You know, Penn State is going to get a couple throws into the end zone here. No doubt about that.
Drew Weiler has got it all strapped up and waiting. But first things first, the kickoff upcoming. Corey Smith is the deepest of the Nittany Lions. Kick is a good one. Stays in the field of play at the 7 to Corey Smith. This is going to take a little bit of time. There's going to be 12 seconds left. Here you go. No timeouts. A lot of ground to cover. And it's only a touchdown that can help you.
I think only Doug Flutie can throw the ball this far and get it into the end zone. Penn State needs at least one completion to get it in range to throw to the end zone.
Yeah, they'd love to get it to about the UCLA 45 and then have a crack at it.
Or as Rick Neuheisel might say, Cordell Stewart could do it.
Haller going to throw short to Singleton, and that didn't get much.
No, that wasn't enough. You got to throw the ball. You got to throw the ball deep across the middle. Well, it's going to be dangerous. They needed that first one to be a deep squaring.
No doubt.
This has got to be like a 10-yard out now to the sideline.
And then he's going to have to throw it a mile.
Because if you complete over the middle of the field, you might not have time to spike it. It's got to be outside of 3 seconds. I think that's the number.
Second down, he didn't get anything out of that swing pass. It's second down and 10. That's irrelevant at this point. Haller, a lot of time, going to throw too far out to the bench, and now there's one play left.
Now almost all they have is the lateral play.
Let's see if they got a hook and ladder in their repertoire. "46 games I mentioned earlier without losing back-to-back games. They're 2 seconds away from erasing that graphic. Final play of the game, barring a penalty. Haller, there's the hook, and the lateral, and the ball game is over. The Bruins of UCLA at home win their first game of the year. They carry Gary Neuheisel off the field. And they've upset 7th-ranked Penn State.
Gary Neuheisel was carried off the field as a backup quarterback, beating Texas as a player. Now as his first game home plays, he gets carried off again.
First Tim Skipper says, we've got one. We want to go to 1-0 with everything we do. And then a splash and a ride for the play caller, who I soon think will be considered the offensive coordinator. And his dad's reaction, you might ask? Get him!
And on a Disney cruise. Get 50% off voyage fare on third and fourth guests on select sailings between October 3rd.
House. And the 40-second play clock begins. And Texas can get a stop on third down. Roughly about 30 seconds to go or so in the game, they could get the ball back.
They came off during the play under 2 minutes.
Now a player lost a helmet on the field under 2 minutes to go. A timeout has been called now.
Timeout, so avoid the 10-second runoff. 1:53 on the game clock, please. 1:53 on the game clock.
Florida is using a timeout here to avoid the 10-second runoff, and that gives more time to Texas. And it's third down.
I'm wondering what Billy Napier is thinking here.
I don't understand any of that.
Yeah, and I think it was Austin Barber, the left tackle. You saw him hit the ground, and he was kind of like reaching for his face. You see him there on the sideline now, putting his helmet back on. But yeah, look, time is something that is not on Texas' side. You don't want to preserve it for them.
Well, they just did.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said I don't know if this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It'd be interesting to see what Billy Napier's thinking is here. Unless he feels like he's just so confident he's just going to pick up this third down here and seal the game that way. He wants to talk it over maybe and come up with the right call and say, hey, look, we want to preserve our field position. We think we're just going to end this game right here. And I don't know. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. That'll be something I'm sure he'll be asked about.
And a 10-second runoff at this point helps Florida.
Absolutely.
Doesn't hurt them.
Absolutely.
Well, it's academic if they pick up this first down, but if Texas gets a stop, way more time will be left on the clock than they anticipated. And they're going to get that stop. Now the clock rolls with 1:48 to go. Instead of there being maybe a half minute or so to go, the Longhorns are about to get the ball back with about a minute left on the clock. I would think Billy Napier would let the clock wind down as far as he possibly can and then use another timeout before the punt. But 10 on the play clock and a minute 15 on the game clock. There's no way Texas should end up with as much time as they are about to end up with.
Yeah. That's a decision-making sequence that he's going to have to explain as to what was his thinking in that particular situation.
30 seconds.
So now there's a minute and 6 on the clock. Texas is out of timeouts, but depending on where they get the football, with the clock stopping in college inside of 2 minutes, if you pick up a first down, that's certainly a mechanism to save them some time.
It sure is.
They need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And this special teams play becomes enormous as well.
I was about to say, it's a crucial sequence of plays. If you're Texas, now you're thinking here, do you want to play for a return or do you want to go for the block? You don't want to go for the block and get an unnecessary roughing. To me, you want to try and set up a return. And you want to see if you can get Niblett loose and have him just produce an explosive play.
Tommy Dillon. That's a wobbly punt away.
It takes a Florida bounce, and this costs time for Texas as well, as it goes out of bounds at the Longhorns' 31-yard line. Still 54 seconds on the clock for Arch Manning now, who's getting an opportunity. When he was over on the sideline a few moments ago, I can't imagine he ever believed he would get it.
So now, if you're Ron Roberts, the defensive coordinator for Florida, you got to balance trying to make sure that you continue to hit Arch and make him uncomfortable with making sure you don't have the ball thrown over your head and you give up a cheap one, and somehow, some way, Texas ties this game up. And if you're Arch, you're going, this is what I was brought here for. This is why I signed up. And they all talk about it. You sign up for big games like this when you come to Texas. Let's see what the young man has.
They actually just adjusted the clock from 54 to 55. So 1 extra second for Texas is added on. 4-man rush. Arch Manning. Can't escape. His helmet comes off as well. Cameron James with the sack. And if no penalty is called, they have to take Arch Manning out of the game.
Number 16 helmet came off during the play. This qualifies for a 10-second runoff. Game clock operator, please put the game clock at 3:06.
Wow. So not only will Matthew Caldwell be forced into the game for one play, but because Arch Manning lost his helmet, it's a 10-second runoff as well.
Arch is going to want that play back. He had Jordan Washington, the tight end, splitting the safeties down the middle of the field, just didn't pull the trigger.
And Matthew Caldwell's got to put it in the air. How about that throw? Ryan Wingo turns upfield, gets to the sideline and stops the clock with 26 seconds to go, but there are flags in the offensive backfield.
I think you're going to get hands to the face of that part of Florida.
Each team's pointing at the other.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Defense, number 91.
Wow.
15 yards.
That's great.
To the end of the run. First down.
So 26 yards on the reception as Matthew Caldwell comes pulled into the game and rips a throw.
That is big. You're going to see it's McLeod. He's right here. Just watch, I believe it's his right hand. His left hand gets up into the face mask, up underneath the chin. There it is.
And now Arch Manning is back in at the plus 40-yard line.
If you're Arch, and you're saying to yourself, I missed that middle read on Jordan Washington earlier. I got to let this thing rip. We're playing this too high look. If I get somebody running down the middle of the field, I got to let it go.
Arch Manning on the move. Throws one down towards the goal line. He's intercepted. Cormani McClain couldn't haul it in. It's incomplete. Ryan Wingo was there as well.
Bob, he had a guy open again.
It's an incomplete pass. Second down.
Watch you're seeing the end of the play as McClain trying to make the game-ending interception.
Game clock operator. Please put 19 seconds on the game clock.
Loses control of it at the end.
No doubt. So 19 seconds to go. As Texas still does have a pulse.
He had DeAndre Moore in the middle of the field. Again, if Florida's going to keep playing the split safety looks, Arch has to look for someone streaking down the middle of the field and let it go. It's been there twice now. Let's see if he can get it.
Arch Manning tries to keep the play alive by shoveling the ball forward. They'll say he's down. George Jones gets the sack. And the clock's going to run out. They're out of timeouts. They've got receivers all the way down the field. I don't know they're going to get another snap. It goes to 0. He tries to spike it. The clock's at all zeros.
Yeah, good game.
Steve Sarkisian thinks there's a second look.
the previous plays on the video review to see if there was any time left on the clock prior to the offense clocking the ball.
Will Texas get a chance at a Hail Mary? Or will they say that the spike came too late?
See him trying to get his offensive lineman set to do the cadence.
And Jerry McGinn, I thought the rule was if the clock's rolling and there's 2 seconds or less on the clock, you can't spike the ball, right? Isn't that? Does there have to be at least 3 seconds on the clock to even attempt a spike?
That's if the clock is starting.
The ball was still in the quarterback's hands with 0 seconds on the clock. By rule, the game is over.
There it is. The game is over. So Florida celebrates a win over the top 10 team. And a valiant effort from Arch Manning, Lewis.
It is a heartbreaking loss. So many expectations for Texas. But you kind of like some of the things that Arch Manning showed you, especially in the second half. He's made of the right stuff. This is Florida's day.
So the Gators get the win by 8. 29-21 is your final. For Lewis Riddick and Chris Budd and I'm Bob Wischusen, thanks so much for watching. So long from Gainesville. It's time for Texas Tech and Houston.
Thank you for watching this presentation of the Southeastern Conference on ESPN.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Experian. From Houston, Texas, you're watching the Big 12 on ESPN. The only Week 6 game featuring 2 unbeaten teams as number 11 Texas Tech takes on the Houston Cougars at TVECU Stadium. Houston off to its best start in 9 years. Texas Tech its best start since Baker Mayfield was a walk-on freshman starting quarterback for the Red Raiders in 2013.
Talk about obviously that he was being true to himself. Yeah. And I don't think Clark Lee would want to change that. Matter of fact, he said he had no problem with it. He'll continue to be that way. And it's that attitude that has helped turn this program around.
No denying that. And you also saw how many Alabama players went over to dap him up. There is respect that Alabama has for that young man. There is. There's a lot of respect that they have. Tim Keener right there, one of the captains for the Tide, going out of his way to go tell Diego, hey, keep doing your thing. Because while it might have galvanized Bama, some of his messaging this week, they also recognize the talent he has and the chip on the shoulder that he plays with.
How much more could his comments really have galvanized them? I mean, they lost to this team last year. Clark Lee showing his respect for Ty Simpson. Deservedly so. Ty Simpson is vaulting to the top of a lot of Heisman lists, and he's with Molly.
Thank you, Sean. Ty, running back Jam Miller with that touchdown to seal it, over 100 yards rushing today. What kind of physicality did you see from the line of scrimmage and the run game today?
Yeah, you know, we challenged the guys up front all week, right? You know, everybody was like, they can't run the ball, they can't run the ball. Well, you know, we ran for over 100 yards a night, man. The guys up front did such a good job. You know, really proud of Jam and Kevin, the way they run. But all credit to those guys up front. We couldn't have done it without them, and, you know, I'm really, really proud, and we just got to do it again next week.
Vanderbilt punched early, but you guys certainly punched back. What kind of maturity did you see out of yourself in this group?
Yeah, you know, I say all the time, right? Like, our group is resilient, you know, through all the stuff that we've been through, and I told them on the sideline, like, hey, it's going to be a heavyweight fight, man. You know, we got to keep... we got to keep punching. You know, they're a good team in the SEC, right? You know, every week. We'll see those guys again. I mean, just a ton of respect for those guys, but a ton of respect for my teammates.
Your defense with timely turnovers that changed this game. How motivated was that group today?
all week, man. They were so motivated. I'm so happy and so proud of them. You know, Coach Womack did such a good job in the defensive staff. D-Law and Tim Keenan, hey, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thanks. You know, they challenged them all week. You know, we told them, like, last week or last year, right, you know, is gone, but it's never forgotten. We knew how, you know, we came, but we're going to make sure that, you know, that doesn't happen again.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you. God bless.
Likeable young man, first year as a starter. He's become a team leader and one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Alabama's starting to look like Alabama again. 486 yards of offense, big plays by the defense. Started well for Clark Lee, but Jefferson's strip turned the game around. Final score, Alabama 30, Vanderbilt 14. For Greg McElroy, Molly McGregor, Sean McNaught, so long from Tuscaloosa. Let's send you to the studio. Here's Kevin.
Sean, thank you so much for McFarland. A year ago, Taney's presentation of the Southeastern Conference on ABC. Sean, thank you so much. Kevin Agani alongside Booger McFarland. A year ago, Vandy shocked Alabama. Not today, but we do have a top 10 shocker. It is Penn State team and beat the mighty Nittany Lions. First time in 3 years, Penn State loses back-to-back games, and their playoff hopes all but crushed. 42-37 the final. And this is a final in Gainesville moments ago on ESPN. Florida knocking off number 9 Texas 29-21.
DJ Ladwood, what a day. He bounced back from the 5 picks against LSU. He had a day in the swamp.
Full highlights coming your way. Also a preview was Tommy Castellanos leading the number 1 scoring offense in the country. Florida State Miami kicked off 35 minutes away.
911, what's your emergency?
We form a bond stronger than blood, because ours is a family of force and fire.
We are on the move.
Check out the expanded strength equipment at Planet Fitness. Join the club today for $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Now through October 10th. Planet Fitness is proud to partner with Boys and Girls Clubs of America to create stronger, kinder communities.
About the bangs?
The smartest Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Guaranteed. Xfinity. Imagine that.
I'm Daryl. And I'm Neil. And we're the owners of BrothersBuyHomes.com. And we want to buy your house. We'll make you an as-is cash offer within 24 hours. Whether it's a total fixer-upper or in perfect condition, BrothersBuyHomes.com is the easiest way to sell your house. When you sell your house to BrothersBuyHomes.com, there's no fees, there's no commissions, there's no banks, and there's no repairs. Just go to BrothersBuyHomes.com for a free, no obligation cash offer 24 hours a day. That's BrothersBuyHomes.com.
Check out the expanded strength equipment at Planet Fitness. Join the club today for $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Now through October 10th. Planet Fitness is proud to partner with Boys and Girls Clubs of America to create stronger, kinder communities.
ABC 7, news you can trust to build a better Bay Area.
Unlock more sports for one unbeatable price. With unrivaled coverage all year long. Introducing the new ESPN Fox One Bundle.
Our primetime game tonight on ABC. You got Carson Beck and number 3 Miami, their first road game of the season, and in Tallahassee taking on number 18 Florida State.
On the road in a hostile environment, we've seen Carson Beck take on Notre Dame at home. He played well. Can he do it if he needs to drive in the fourth quarter? I think that's what everybody in Hurricane Nation wants to see.
We'll have much more in that game coming up as we get you ready for that. Kickoff is just 32 minutes away. A hostile environment in Tuscaloosa. Diego Pavia looked really good in the first half. Second half, Vandy's offense scoreless, and they could not run the football. What impressed you about Alabama?
Well, first of all, Alabama heard the noise. Diego Pavia said, if we play our game, it won't be close. He didn't play his game.
Yeah.
2 turnovers in the red zone kind of changed the fortune of this game. Conversely, on the other side, Kev, since week 1, I don't know if there's a quarterback in America playing better than Ty Simpson. He's throwing from the pocket. He's running the football. Right now, he's playing the position as good as you can play it, and I'm happy for the kid.
Jan Miller running the football. That's a big deal for the Tide.
Today was the first day they kind of got the running game going. He said they challenged the O-line. The O-line answered the challenge.
Kalen DeBoer 10-0 at home as Alabama head coach. Again, the sights and sounds for Doak Campbell. Miami All Whites getting ready for Florida State as we are 31 minutes away from kick.
That's not a good look for big man all white, Kevin. Big man don't like the all white.
It's not slim. It hasn't been a good look for Florida all season and Billy Napier in this offense, but the big addition is Dallas Wilson back on the field. He's the playmaker, and it'll look completely different for this team. One thing that hasn't looked different is Arch Manning struggles in this offense. You love this pass, though.
Well, I think maybe this is his best play of the season. He lose the rush, stepped up and threw a dime to Ryan Wingo.
Okay, we got a good game in the swamp here. This is Arch's first SEC road start, and then Lagway to Wilson again, the playmaker.
Sometimes, Kev, it's not plays, it's players. Look at Wilson. He should have stepped out of bounds twice. The determination to get in the end zone, he made plays all day long for the Gators.
And then Arch feeling the pressure, down 8, final chance here, time winding down, and then hit hard. And the annual turnaround game for Billy Napier, it looks like it was this one.
And the theme all day, the Texas offensive line couldn't block, and the pressure from Florida's defensive line got to Arch, had him seeing, dare I say, ghost.
2 picks for Arch. You see the most interceptions this season. Lagway in this game as well. And by the way, Arch and company, they got to fix it because they've got Oklahoma next week in the Red River rivalry. Michael Hawkins, no John Mateer. Hawkins taking on Penn State, a little tune-up game, and the deep ball, this helps the confidence.
Well, no doubt, it's a blown coverage back there, but what they're trying to do, just in case John Mateer's not ready, he's coming off the thumb surgery, you want your guy to have a little confidence. But for Oklahoma, Kev, it's their defense. Been dominating. Our Mason Thomas getting to the quarterback. They had 10 sacks against Auburn. They picked up where they left off today.
Shutout there, 44-0 as they get ready for Texas. Meanwhile, back to our big story, and that is Penn State, number 7 in the country, coming off the loss to Oregon, taking on a winless UCLA team. Penn State favored by 24.5, and Nico Idam-Aliaba. Remember him? Well, he looked pretty good as the Bruins quarterback. All right, special teams keeping Penn State in this game. The block there and the return for the score. It's a 6-point game, but here comes Nico again.
Well, the athleticism, he got out there in the left coast, and we almost forgot about it, but he played a ball game today, running, throwing, just the confidence that he played with.
Well, what's wrong with Penn State? And you see Katron Allen going here, but this, I mean, what is wrong? They can't stop Nico here?
Kevin, at some point, you just have to acknowledge the elephant in the room. This is a team that's supremely talented, but in the biggest games of their seasons, James Franklin has come up the smallest.
This call was ridiculous here. You're inside the 15, and that's the call of valor?
You're either coaching it or you're allowing it to happen when James Franklin is on the headset, Kev. And once you get to this point where it's pitchy, nothing good's going to happen at that point.
SVP, they fell short, and that is Penn State, 42-37 UCLA with the shocker. Neuheisel, the kid, feeling really good there, carried off the play caller. And you take a look at Penn State. You know, after they lost to Oregon, the talk was, hey, they could afford to lose maybe at Ohio State. You beat Indiana, they're still in the playoff conversation. All but done here, bro?
Pretty much, Kev, because they got to go to Kinnick Stadium to take on Iowa. We know what Ohio State is, and I'm telling you, hey, November the 8th against Indiana, Fernando Mendoza.
Yes.
Legit. I don't see a path right now for Penn State to get to the playoffs.
Zignetti and his squad, undefeated Indiana, top 10 team again. Just an awful loss for James Franklin. Meanwhile, Notre Dame, number 21 in the country, taking on Boise State, and C.J. Carter, Malachi Fields. And it's the backfield. You love Jadarian Price. We saw Jeremiah Love going for the score. Here's Price.
Yeah, we always talk about it's players over plays. Get the ball in your playmakers' hand. They got the best backfield in America. Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price, C.J. Carter, quarterback, is coming along. And I see Notre Dame got the memo. Wear green today.
They look really good. Yeah, I didn't get the memo. You win your pinstripe, but right now, Notre Dame for them looks really good to run the table. Another upset that we saw here in the top 15, and that is what Cincinnati did to Iowa State. Cyclones came in undefeated, but it was Brendan Sorsby doing it all.
It was just how they controlled the game. They didn't allow Iowa State and Rocco Beck to get their offense going. The physicality of the Bearcats set up the play-action pass, throwing the football over the top. Big plays in the passing game, big plays in the running game, Kev, and another unbeaten falls with Iowa State.
Sorsby to Caleb Goody, 82 yards, a big play, the explosive play, and really the decisive throw, 38-30. The Bearcats pull off their first top 15 win in 4 years. Meanwhile, let's go. What's going on with North Carolina? Because we've got Dabo on one side, Belichick on the other, both coming off a bye, and Dabo just opened up the can here. 35 points in the first half.
Your question was, what's going on? The answer is nothing. They're just not a very talented team right now. Dabo and Clemson could have scored 70 there. Cade Klubnik had his best day of the season, and I think if you're North Carolina and you're a fan, you have to say, okay, this is year one. We will get better and better, hopefully, because right now, they're not a really good football.
There's only one way but up there. By the way, 3 losses by 25-plus points for Belichick, the most in his career in a season.
Yeah, not good.
Okay, we got pictures coming in. We're going to get you ready for it. Florida State, Miami, kickoff from Tallahassee, primetime on ABC.
Find your smile in San Diego.
Change is always happening. It's part of life. Here at Xfinity, we want to do our part to keep one thing the same, with a 5-year price guarantee on our internet. So no matter how your other costs change, you get 5 years of the most reliable Wi-Fi, with our best equipment included, for a price that stays exactly the same.
Meet this year's senior class, back together and most likely to get protected with mNEXSpike, a new and different COVID-19 vaccine from Moderna for adults 65 and older. These seniors chose mNEXSpike because it targets the virus differently to provide a robust immune response at a lower dose. mNEXSpike is a COVID-19 vaccine for people 65 and older. You shouldn't get mNEXSpike if you've had an allergic reaction to a previous Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. Rare cases of inflammation of the heart muscle and outer lining have been reported. The most common side effects are injection site pain, tiredness, headache, muscle and joint pain, chills, nausea or vomiting, swelling or soreness under the arm. These seniors are celebrating homecoming with a lower dose COVID-19 vaccine that helps them enjoy their time together. Like it's senior year all over again. mNEXSpike, the new COVID-19 vaccine by Moderna for the senior class. Ask your pharmacist or doctor about mNEXSpike.
Always live. ABC 7 News starts right now.
Good afternoon, I'm Karina Nova. Here's a quick look at today's headlines. San Francisco's Fleet Week will not be canceled despite the ongoing government shutdown, but officials say unless things change by Wednesday, there will not be a U.S. fleet visiting, and that includes the Blue Angels. Organizers say ships from Colombia and Canada will be in town for touring. They say there will be air shows next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with the Canadian Snowbirds and the Patriots taking to the sky. A beloved Bay Area nonprofit is celebrating a big milestone this weekend. The St. Anthony Foundation in San Francisco has been helping those in need for 75 years. ABC 7 News reporter Cornell Bernard has more on today's community block party in the Tenderloin.
There's a block party happening here on Golden Gate Avenue celebrating 75 years for the St. Anthony Foundation, truly a San Francisco institution. Founded by Franciscan Father Alfred Bodecker, the nonprofit has provided essential medical care, housing assistance, and food for those in need. In fact, those warm meals served in the dining room every day are legendary.
We started in 1950 with 400 meals on the first day. We are now at 2,000 meals per day for a cumulative amount of 48 million since we started in 1950.
And you keep going.
And we keep going.
Many folks in the Tenderloin say St. Anthony's has really been life-changing for them, and they say congratulations on 75 years. In San Francisco, Cornell Bernard, ABC 7 News.
Spencer, thank you. It looks like a beautiful day out there. Let's check in now with Spencer for the details.
More beautiful days coming our way, Karina. Tonight we can expect